And now, from Glasgow.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Good evening.
Get ready to the countdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, there now begins a 1 minute silence in honour of Hobby Barn, who we sadly lost at the weekend. Please don't think of it as a sad occasion, which it may be for us. It's actually a happy occasion, as he's now gone up to the big stash in the sky to help clear it. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute silence. So hello guys, I have a slight problem. We don't have a Natasha tonight, which unfortunately means that I can't get on with the Mustang. So I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know what to do. Also, I've got a unboxing for you later, but I have kind of made a promise to Little History. I'll wait till he's watching. He's doing his show at the moment. Guys, any suggestions? Something I can be getting on with? I don't know. I've tried to message Tasha, but she's not messaging back, so I don't know if there is. Actually, I've got someone else I'm going to message. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I've got nothing prepared. I'm trying to think of something. So Smith Speed says, hi Penny, how are you, Smith Speed? Mike? I don't know. I can't think of anything. I know. How about a teen up? Yeah, do you know what? I think, see, the thing is, if I finish this stream, that's it. That's it for that scheduled one. Obviously, if Tasha comes on, mind you, we could always do a surprise one. Yeah, okay. Guys, look, I do apologize. It's yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna nip over to oh, we've got Building with the Boys. Come and join us. Come and join us, Scott. Come and talk about your let me share stream. No, hang on. Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm going to pop the link in the channel. So you go. It's now become the Has that gone through okay? Okay, for some reason I posted that link. It's come through as Crafting Budgie Mama. Right, okay, so we have got, he'd welcome you doing the link across if that is possible. No, it's, well, if it is, I don't know how to. So Building with the Boys says, evening Penny. So what I'll do, if he can join us, I will hammer him with loads of questions. So we'll have a question time with Scott. Crafting with Judy. Hi, love. How are you? Lord Peter Webster. How are you, Peter? Hi, Scott, Judy. Okay, give me a minute. So there's the link. If anyone wants to join us, they're more than welcome to, as always. And I think that is the chat caught up with. Yeah, I just thought I might actually, if it kind of goes a bit dull, I might do my 4th attempt at doing a Tiger One. I kind of did a Tiger One. I got loads of them when I got them from Lidl's, and I did one which I almost finished, and then I ended up starting another one. I don't know why, and then that got damaged and all sorts. But yeah, it is a fun little kit, and it's essentially one color. The only thing I don't like about it is the tracks are a bit dodgy. They're just a bit weird, but. So Wayne Welly says hi, or Lord Peter Webb says hi, Wayne. Crafting with Judy says hi, Peter. Tiger One, they're fun. Hi, Peter, how you doing? So yes, I'm sure I got something else as well. I'm still waiting for things to come through the post. I'm getting really frustrated. I have some Lancaster aftermarket parts, and they have been in transit since the 26th of February. And they've not done anything. Now, I'm pretty sure that the plane has run out of fuel by now. Robert has just popped up. No, he's not popped up on my screen. Hi, Judy. Nice to see you. And Lord Peter Webster, I'm doing good. Cheers, Wayne. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating that what's that, a week? But in all fairness, they did give me a delivery. Well, they gave me a delivery date originally, the 12th of March. They give you like a week's leeway, so it's 12th to the 19th or something. And on this occasion, they've changed it because the stock came in a bit early. And they said something like between the 4th and the 12th or something. So any day now, my motors and lighting kit. I'm really frustrated with that one because when I messaged him before I even placed the order, I said, well, what's the the ETA for the turnaround time? And he said a week. And obviously I'll consider that a week to 2 weeks. So I made the order. 3 weeks went by, nothing. Messaged him the next day. Miraculously, the order changed from order placed or order processing. So I said, well, what's going on? He says, well, we're a small company delivering to a worldwide audience, and everything's shut down since the Chinese New Year. Now, no offense, but the Chinese New Year isn't like 4 weeks long, is it? So that's a little bit frustrating. In fact, for some reason, I've just got this idea of Chinese New Year. I mean, I understand things closing down for the day because they do with us, in the UK. Where is it? Chinese New Year is, I would be able to see it if it didn't keep doing pop-ups. 10th of February. On my way, got sign-in problems. Do you want me to give you a different link? Let me hello, you. We've just been invaded. Let me just check that I've put the correct link in. TDS. Mister, I don't want your tail. Oh, my little kitten. She has this thing about following you in the toilet. And I went to the toilet earlier on, and she came through, and she was just absolutely covered in, at the time I thought was sawdust. And then I went to sort of stroke her to sort of pull some of it off, and I thought, that's not sawdust, that's more like dried leafy stuff. So I came through into the craft room. She's had the bag of catnip. She's ripped the bag open and she's been rolling around in catnip. And I looked at her, her eyes was as big as her eyelids. She's like, and she's running around everywhere at 100 miles an hour. So, and you're full of dust. No, you've got grey hairs. Oh, that's interesting. So I fleed him yesterday, and he's where I fleed him. I do the little vial in the back of the neck, and all his hairs have gone grey, like it's bleached it or coated it in something. What? It must be a white coating, isn't it? He's not very happy with me because last time, so a few more days to wait. Here's $1 million question. Do you recommend the company? Right, I'll be absolutely honest with you, Wayne. I will not recommend or unrecommend a company until I've received the product. The big question for me really is it worth the wait? You know, like I say, I understand that. I mean, it looks like this Chinese New Year thing is a week long, because you got the actual New Year is the 10th. Now, I don't suspect China shuts down for a whole week. But yeah, everything would be delayed for a day or two. Now, when I was originally quoted a week, and it's so far been, let me get this right. It's a little bit difficult because I have a cat actually laying on my hand. So I'm finding it quite difficult to move the cursor around. So you're a pain, you know that, don't you? Sorry, guys, I'm just doing a search on my emails. Right. So the status was changed on the 21st of February, but the actual order was the 6th of February. So it's been 4 weeks tomorrow. So, which is 4 times longer than they've originally quoted. Now, if you take into account that things have been diverted because of these pirates, and then you add on another week for Chinese New Year, that's 3 weeks. Oh, sorry. That was applied to Pia. Yeah, so Peter's been told that the correct windows will be fitted and completed by Thursday. Let's have a fun little competition then. Will you get your windows done before I get my parts? So I need, actually, I'm going to open my emails just in case Scott messages me. Oh, God. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to check that. That would help, wouldn't it? Sorry, bear with me, guys. I'm just going to check the link that I've posted, because if the link hasn't posted properly, that would certainly explain why. Yeah. Right, so the link works fine then. Need a new link, Penny. Right, okay, I don't know what's happened then, because that link has worked absolutely fine for me. I'll email you just in case it's something to do with that. Oh, what's going on there? Sorry, guys. Let's generate a new link. Oh. Right, try. Right, let's try this one. Right, let's try that one. Maybe because the link, maybe because I posted, I don't know, some funny link. But give that one a try, Scott. Right, that's fine. Right, are you sitting there all night then, mister? Looks like you are, aren't you? Right, so where are we? Link. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Dream and East Coast, and that's good, Peter. At least they're acknowledging the faults they did. Need a new link. Hi, hi's to everybody. Hi's to everybody. Teresa, hi again. And sorry, why are you sorry? The house will look great when been repainted. Hi, Teresa. At least having a lick of paint will be less stress. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm actually looking forward to painting my house next year. Well, it's a bit disappointing because what's happened was when my lodger first moved in, there was mold in what is now the living room. And he said he wanted he wanted his room done. And I won't do more than one room at a time. And obviously he was paying me rent, so we took that as a high priority. And we cleaned all the wall, we cleaned all of this mold off. We put this anti-mold paint on so that hopefully it won't come back. And it's great. Then obviously he moved out. Then he's moved back. He's obviously moved out again, but when he's moved back, I don't know what happened, but he's had that much moisture in the room that all the windowsills moldy and all the another corner's gone moldy. So that's obviously the next priority because obviously it's best to get mold once it's beginning. And I just want to get my hallway done. So, but I suppose on the bright side, it gives me an extra year to figure out the color scheme. So yeah, sorry about the slow start, guys. We will get something. Now the interesting thing about him is that he does actually. He's one of these annoying people who has the windows open and the heating on. So yes, there are window vents. What we're going to do with you, mister, we might as well just put the camera on you because you always end up star of the show anyway, don't you, mister? So this is what I have to put up with during the day when I'm trying to film. So let's take that horrible chat off, shall we, so people can see you better. There you go. I don't think we'll get much of Spirit tonight because she's probably having a, what do you call it when they sleep after they've been drugged up? A junkie nap. Is that what we'll call it? A junkie nap. Yeah, there you go. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't know if I can text you the link because that involves going from computer to... Right, let me... We will get you on the show. Now, that's the YouTube link. Right. What is going on? I think I've just accidentally texted you the I don't know what's going on. Right, email on its way to you, Scott. See if that helps. Right, buy a cheap. Yeah, I actually do need to buy some dehumidifiers because my car's got the same problem with regards to mold. The problem with my car is it sits there for 3 weeks at a time when I'm in London. When it was last cleaned in November, yes, I do clean my car just once a year. Don't judge me, and I don't care if you do judge me. It usually gets a clean couple of days before the MOT. And I took it to one of those hand car wash places. And I said to them, please do not use the steam cleaner, the jet wash, to do the insides of the doors. What do? Shh. And of course, all the steam goes inside the car. So with it being winter, it actually freezes up on the inside because there's so much moisture in the car. Hey! Yay! Scott, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for saving my show.
You are more than welcome.
So, Scott, what you been up to? Do you know
Working.
what? Sorry, go on.
Working.
Working. Bless you. Are you? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel yet?
Kind of.
Kind of.
We're getting there. So we're not a million miles away from being done. It's the end of this month, is it? So that's kind of it. So I've got a few more weeks to go, and then I'm free.
What is it? Kind of like an end of year,
finish
everything up kind of thing.
That's exactly what it is. So they go nuts at the end of the year. It's one of those things where companies have to blow their budgets because if they don't, their budget for the following year gets stripped. So everyone goes insane for the last 4 weeks where they're like, right, just buy or sell. So it's it's a lot.
Yeah, no, I can relate to that. I was a supervisor once in an office, and my boss came up to me and he says, you haven't spent any money. Because kind of being a first-time supervisor, I kind of run the department the same way I run my house, which is don't buy something unless you actually need it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you haven't spent any money. I said, we haven't needed anything. And he says, yeah, but you don't understand. I'm going to quote you now. It doesn't work like that.
Well, not. Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. If you don't spend the money, your budget gets cut.
Yep.
So let's just say that about 4 days later, we had about 15 keyboards delivered to the office and all that stuff.
That's your reward for coming under budget. That's budget for the following year. It's like they don't go, well done, have some more money. They go, okay, less money for you.
Yeah, you need 15 keyboards when your department only has 3 PCs, don't you?
Yeah,
definitely. Yes. So no, I can relate to that. See, that's one of the many reasons I love my job. You may get a time in the year when you are doing not an awful lot, and then you get a time of the year when you're doing tons. I'm doing the same amount all year. I can only ever drive one bus, and that's all I'm ever driving.
Mine's peaks and troughs. Mine goes up and down, and it's stressful, but I like it. But it's
if it's what you do well, then obviously it's still. I mean, today someone was telling me, do I like my? I know she actually said to me, you really love your job, don't you? I guess it's sometimes when I'm really having a good day, I kind of just come across, the wheels on the bus go, that kind of thing. And I say, look, I'll be absolutely honest with you. Sometimes I hate my job, but I absolutely love what I do. And
you shouldn't work this way, but I keep my mind on the money. That's kind of where I'm with it. It isn't what I'd like to do for a living.
No,
but it's what I do for a living, and it pays the bills,
Yeah. Why do you think I go to London for 3 weeks? Do you think I love leaving my cats behind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, guys. So we have Building with the Boys on the channel. Your opportunity to fire in with any questions or anything. So if anyone wants to ask him any questions, and I haven't caught up with the chat. Look, I don't even know where we're up to. Attachment issues. Text the link. Right, buy cheap. Yeah, so I am getting a dehumidifier anyway. Heat, fighting cold, cat litter and washing powder in a tray. Cats cannot use LOL or in socks. Powder, email it. Better than any of those damp tubs. Oh, are those damp tubs no good? Because I was going to buy a load for my car because I really need to dry the car out with having mold and it freezes up in the winter time. It's absolutely awful in my car. I have to leave for work 15 minutes earlier so that I can sit in the car with the heaters on, defrosting the inside of the windows because the damn car washers go with the pressure washer on the door sills. Used in campers and statics up here. Hey Scott, says Dream Builder.
Hey, Dream Builder.
Don't pay big money for dehumidifiers. My cheap one collects half litre each night. Do not send me one, Peter. Don't. I know what you're like. Lord Peter Webster says, hey, Scott.
Yeah, Peter.
East Coast says no Tash. Yeah, no, there is no Tash. She's not turned up. We don't know why. I'm not judging her. I know she had a bit of health issues last time she didn't show up. So that's fine. All right, Penny, and all was a quick check-in, getting in bed, doing some Netflix. Don't blame you. I'd rather watch Netflix than my channel. So you take care. Not stopping to watch Moz Dream. This time of year, Rolls-Royce blew their last bit of budget on Duracell batteries to keep their next year's budget. Yeah, it's that you just spend your money on anything, don't you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, also the tax man gets it.
Yeah.
Which we don't
this is the thing. I'm trying to blow a budget, but at the same time, I'm also meeting people that are trying to blow theirs. So they buy this from me. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So are they just literally going up to you and going, just sell us everything you've got?
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
I can't.
It's one of those things. If you work in an office or a factory or any kind of environment and you want something, March. That's when you ask for it. Ask for it in March, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Ask for it in April, no chance. Ask for it in March, you'll get it.
Yeah, because people want to blow their budget, but they don't want to blow the budget first month of the year.
So you ask February, March, you'll get it, almost guaranteed.
Right. Here's a question for you. I don't know if you can answer it. Let's say I had a shop.
Mm-hmm.
I made a bit of profit. It's coming into March. So I'm like, right, lovely. I'll buy loads of stock so that I'm not making much money.
Yeah.
But now I'm going into the next year with all of this stock.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when people buy all of that stock and now I've made more profit than I did last year?
It carries over. So there's a whole trick. This is where your accountants are involved. There's a whole trick in making sure that it looks like you never make money. So there are ways of doing it. It's like, I don't know if you know this or not. Do you know the first Star Wars film has never made profit?
Has it not?
Nope.
Because they did a bit of creative.
Yep. So
that makes sense because what I'm about to say, I haven't done anything illegal. When I was in agency bus driving, I was making $1,000 a week. Didn't pay a penny tax.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't earn enough. For example, because I was working in London, living in Wales at the time. So twice a week, I used to make sure my 2 days off in the week were separate days. So I used to do 2 trips home for my day off, traveling from my place of assignment to my registered address, which was in Swansea.
Yeah.
That was 360 quid written off twice a week. And then obviously I'm renting a place in London. Then I'm traveling to work every day at 45 pence a mile. and it was brilliant. Didn't make any profit in 2 years.
So there used to be little things that you could do where you could invest in things that will never make money, and films are always a safe one to do it in. So typically, Hollywood films don't make money. They do, and we know they do. But you have an army of accountants to make sure that no, this we can't pay this because at the moment we've got a legal case regarding and it just goes on for years.
Yes.
And so no one gets paid. So typically why they do that is a lot of people have options in their contract where it's a case of you'll get 1% or 2% of the gross profits of the film to make sure they never pay that out.
Before profit, not before tax, not after.
Yeah. So to make sure they never pay that out, they make sure the film never makes money. There are cases where it can't be denied, and there's a funny one that happened with Michael Hutchins, who was the lead singer of In Excess. They said, "Look, you've got a massive tax bill coming because of how much money you've made from the music." They said, "So you need to invest in something that doesn't make money, and you won't have to pay the tax bill." So he said, "Well, like what?" They said, "You need to invest in a film." They said, "Invest in a small independent film, and you won't pay any tax." So they found the first one that was shooting in Australia at the time and invested in it, and he invested $250,000 in Crocodile Dundee.
No.
They thought it was going to be a bomb, and it was like the highest grossing film of the year. Australian films don't really make money, so it was always seen as this safe kind of just invested and you'll be fine. And it was like it just became this global phenomenon like here, and it's like you got absolutely stung on the tax bill.
So they don't typically make money, but suddenly, I know.
He picks the one that's the highest grossing Australian film of all time. Yeah.
Oh, bless. That's brilliant. Where do you get your film knowledge from?
I've got a weird condition. I don't forget anything. It's a blessing and a curse. I've got a very strange memory.
I never confessed to be a geek and really into everything. I like what I like, and I have a level of knowledge. Like I like Star Wars. I can tell you little things about it, but I probably know 5% of what you know, and I'm not ashamed by that.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy at all. I've seen them, I like them, but I'm not a massive Star Wars fan at all.
Right. Okay. Well, I went to that Comic-Con at East Kilbride, where I live. And the primary reason I went was I'm starting to get into these Gundams. Let's see if I can find one. But there just aren't many suppliers in the UK.
No, I like those as well. I've seen that. I've never built one, but I think that they're interesting looking builds.
I built one and I really didn't like it. I've got two more, and I'm told the real grade is so much better. So, but I don't. Apparently, from what I gather, don't go into a real grade for your very first Gundam model, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But yeah, I was sort of seeing if there was any suppliers. And I didn't find any suppliers. We got a couple of good photos. I'll do the old cheat with the photos. I didn't take many pictures. There weren't that many pictures to take, actually. I'm sorry to do it on the camera in the phone. I took that one.
Nice.
He was all right. And I said, because my friend was with me, this next guy, I did make them laugh because I said, I don't know if she got the reference, but with regards to that guy, I said, look, I said, you can say anything you like to him. You can really annoy him because if he does try and shoot you, he won't hit you anyway.
He can hit you. That's the funniest line of Star Wars. There's a line early on in the first one where it's Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "I can tell it was stormtroopers by the accuracy of the shot." Yeah. So it's like, really? Because for the next 9 films, they couldn't hit Carrie's ass with a banjo.
No, no. This is actually the guy I made laugh. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't know who he is. I guess he's something to do with the rebels.
I don't know.
But that's a pure guess. I thought it was quite nice getting him in front of the American candy shop. And then I got, he's very, very dark. I'm not a photographer, but that is supposed to be Captain America. And, these guys weren't super impressive, but I thought you might like that one. Oh, did I email you that picture the other day? I don't know if I got round to it.
I don't think so.
There's a shop in Glasgow. It was nighttime. I was in my bus, but just for you, I risked losing my job, getting my camera out to get a photo.
Oh, you did? You did send it to me, yeah. Handsome Jacks.
Yes. I just saw it. I was actually stuck at some roadworks, and I saw that, and I just thought of you, and I thought, how long have I got? How long have I got? The light's still red. And that was literally how it went.
We've had big news on Handsome Jack, and his next show is in 2 weeks' time, and he's fighting for the title.
Nice.
So he's fighting for the championship.
I've got to be honest with you. I mean, I was into wrestling, WWF stroke WWE when I was a kid. By saying WWF, it's telling you how long ago I was.
It's what it was. Yeah, when I started, that's what it was.
And I kind of fell out of love with it. I found it quite boring. But I've been watching your son, and actually I'm kind of getting back into it. You know, I don't suppose it's any different from the American wrestling.
Not really. It's moved on quite a lot from what it was. I mean, British wrestling was very different back when it was Haystacks and Big Daddy and Jackie Pallow, Mick McManus. They had that weird kind of counting system. They weren't allowed to climb the turnbuckles. They didn't go outside the ring. There was none of that in British wrestling. So, but now what they teach the kids is the American style, but the best ones kind of, it's like with my boy, we tried to put as much British heritage into what he does as possible.
Yeah.
So we watch a lot of the old kind of British wrestlers. Rollerball Rocco was one that we've kind of watched a lot. And Adrian Street, just to get him kind of, you know, I don't want him to just be a clone of an American. And that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to make sure there's a British kind of style to him.
I actually watched that, what was it called? Keeping It in the Family or something like that.
Yeah, Fighting with My Family.
Fighting with My Family, yeah. I mean, apart from the fact that I was very annoyed that they had a Bristolian accent portraying people from Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd have got that as well, wouldn't you? That one thing that winds me up. If anybody does an impression of someone from Norfolk, they will do a Bristolian accent. If you compare me with Russell Howard, you'll see the difference.
Yeah,
massive difference. But yeah, one thing I learned from that is, I don't know how true to reality it is, but they're looking for somebody unique.
Yes.
And that was something that I did notice with the old WWF. You had people's finishing moves. Now, Hulk Hogan was the big arm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is not really a big, powerful move.
Nope.
But then someone else has got to better that. And then someone's got to better their move.
The good example of it is there was a wrestler called Lance Storm that was around in the kind of late 90s, early 90s. And he's regarded as, in the ring, flawless. Everything he does is perfect. But fans didn't like him because he was boring. He had no charisma. He had no personality. But you couldn't fault the man's wrestling. It was absolutely flawless. But it was boring to watch. Nobody cared. So
it is, as Hulk Hogan always used to say, because he used to flit around the question, is it real or is it fake, by saying it's entertainment.
It's entertainment, exactly. It's show is what it is. The reality of it is it all hurts. I mean, that's the truth. It genuinely does all hurt. And Jack's took more than a few lumps and bumps. And it's not for everyone. We have a lot of kids turn up to the kids' classes that last 1, possibly 2 sessions. And then when they realize that that floor in the ring is not a trampoline, it's not a big it's wood. It's planks of wood.
Anything, isn't it? You know, the kids turn up at football at 6 years old, expecting to be Premier League footballers from day one. When they realize, actually, I've got to put some work into this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh no, I think I'll go and stick with me playing war with sticks with my friends.
it's difficult with the kids because a lot of them want to play wrestler rather than learn to be a wrestler. And to learn to be a wrestler, the bulk of what you're going to do is learning how to fall properly,
Yes.
learning ring awareness. They do a lot of rolls and they run drills. There's a ton of cardio. It's not day one. Here's a mask and some sequins. Day two, let's fight. It's not like that at all. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of pain involved because again, it's a very bizarre thing because unlike say boxing, the art of boxing is don't get hit. That's what you're trying to do, not get hit.
Yeah.
Whereas wrestling, you need to get hit, make it look like it hurt a lot more than it did.
Yeah.
But it is going to hurt. That's the reality of it. It all hurts. Like if you've ever seen them chop each other across the chest, there's no trick to that. It is what it is. When you hear that noise come off, it's because someone just slapped you across the chest.
You can't fake that noise, can you?
No, it's a case of you take it. So it does require a fairly unique person to do it because you want to be able to put on a show. And it's like, so I'll take it. If it sounds good and it looks good, do it.
Yeah.
And you've got to have that attitude. It's very strange, but that's what it is. Fortunately for my boy, he's a heel. So he spends the bulk of the match.
Really well. See, I'm
really embraced it. Part of the reason why I did it is when we were first there, all the kids wanted to be baby faces. So that's the good guys known as baby face, the bad guys known as a heel. All the kids wanted to be baby faces. That was their big thing. They all want the crowd to cheer them. And I spoke to Jack at the time and I said, you know what? You'll get more opportunity if you're the bad guy. If everyone's the good guy, they need someone to face. Yeah. And so be the bad guy and just do it really well.
There's always the opportunity to go good in the future anyway.
There is, and this is the strange thing. I mean, I had to explain this to his grandparents when they've watched his videos and whatnot, and people are booing him, and I'm like, that's good. And I'm like, I know it sounds strange, but it's a bit like being the pantomime villain. Yeah. You want people to boo and hiss because the more they boo you, that's your cheer. You know, so you want them to boo you because if they're booing you, you're doing your job and you're doing it well.
With the British wrestling, right? What's the two most famous British wrestlers in regards to most people?
Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks.
Giant Haystacks.
Yeah.
He was a heel.
Yeah.
I guess he made a lot of money out of being a bad guy. Don't know if he made more or less than Big Daddy, but you know, it was always a case of, oh, here's Big Daddy, he's going to win. There's Giant Haystacks, he's going to win.
He's going.
The two have now come up against each other.
Yep.
You know, I mean, one of the wrestlers I used to love many years ago was Big Boss Man.
Yeah, the Big Boss Man.
I loved him until he went, what are you calling it, babyface?
He did go babyface. Yeah, he started as a heel and then he went face.
Once he went face, I kind of went off him a bit.
He was just lightning fast for a big guy, the Big Boss Man. He was absolutely lightning fast. For a guy of his size, could absolutely fly around that ring.
Right. I do apologize. I'm going to have to catch up with chat because I can see it coming in. It's flying in. So Dream Builder, I might lurk on the phone for a bit. Going up at 05. Oh my God. Actually, I was up at 3:30 this morning and I can tell you it was not pleasant.
I need liquid.
No, make your own cat litter and washing powder to smell. Do you know what? I will do that because I've just been trying out some new cat litter and I don't know if I like it. So, but it's cheap. So I might, it's that silica stuff. She said she was live. Thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. Lose it on food, clothes, tools, use it as bank. Oh, this is about the budget, isn't it? What builders do on sites. Never seen Lord Pizza. You've never seen Star Wars. Actually, I've got the absolute pleasure of introducing Game of Thrones to a friend of mine. She's not seen it. I've only watched it.
Never seen it.
Oh, I'm going to have to come around yours then and watch it with you and introduce it. Because like I say, I've only watched the entire 8 seasons for 5 times. And it's about time I watched it again.
I couldn't get into it.
Could you not?
No.
I think there was a lot to take in right at the beginning.
I tried. This is the thing. I tried to like it. I really did. And I just couldn't. I don't know why.
It breaks the rule of you're supposed to have like 2 or 3 main characters and you focus on them. And what this does is it has a few characters, then it just completely goes off, and you see someone else, and then it starts off with about 10 different storylines, and then they all kind of converge right at the end. And it is difficult, but once you get into, I don't know, I think it's brilliant, except for season 8.
I watched like half of the first season, I think.
Right.
And I was trying, right? And I've kind of got a rule of thumb where if it hasn't grabbed me by 6 episodes, I give up.
No, that's fair enough.
And it just, my wife loved it. My wife watched all of it.
Yeah.
And she's watching House of Dragons at the moment. She said she's not enjoying that.
I watched the first season. I don't know if season 2 is out. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Matt Smith, hello, there's my future hero. I was just telling your dad that I wasn't really into wrestling anymore until I started watching your videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think you make a fantastic bad guy. There you go. I've embarrassed him now. Look at the colour of his cheeks.
You're shy now.
So, guys, this is Handsome Jack.
This is Handsome Jack Heartthrob.
You gotta do your thing. Yeah, that's it. Let me put you on big. Yeah. See, doesn't he do that so well? See, like you say, it's not always about the fight, and you've got to have the character.
Got to have the charisma, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have a character, you're practically nothing.
That's it. You're just a fighter, aren't you?
Mm.
See, I'll tell you the name of a boxer that I used to work with, a guy called Alan Lay. Does anyone know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Do you honestly?
Yes, wasn't he a middleweight?
He's actually on YouTube, and he fought Prince Nazim.
Yeah.
And he lost.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In all fairness, as did most people.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, obviously he hasn't raised up to be a world champion, but he's just one of those run-of-the-mill boxers. But yeah, I used to work with him at Newport Bus.
Nice.
He lives and works in Newport. So, do you know what? He's got the kind of, I don't know. I think he's got this underlying character. I don't think he'd hurt a fly, but I think if you wound him up enough, you might see that boxer come out.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah. Right. Stephen Hayes says, hi, Penny's Pit Stop. Hi, Lord. We get a lot saying hi to each other on the show. Hi, Lord Peter Webster. Hi, Stephen. Hi, East Coast UK. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Looking forward to seeing him again, Scott. I was talking about Handsome Jack there.
You say thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Lord Peter Webster, how do I get in touch with you again, please? Seen loads of British wrestlers live back in the day. I met Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks, and Crybaby Jim. Is that Beat Breaks? Facebook message me, Stephen. Lindsay Bill says, hello all. Just sent Facebook message to you, Stephen. I think I got like one. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Peter. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, East Coast. Never seen a Game of Thrones either. Oh, same here, Lord Peter. Just popped in, dropped you a like, Penny. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that. Hi, Lindsay Bills. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Stephen Haynes. You are a star, Jack. Love to watch you. Keep up the good work, young man.
Thank you, Peter.
And I think pretty much what you've said there is that he's making it because he's putting the hard work in.
Yeah,
whereas, I mean, what as a percentage wise, how many kids would you say drop off? 80, 90%?
I'd say, put it this way, we've got less kids now than when we first started a year ago. But on newcomers, most last 3 sessions.
Really?
Yeah, and then we don't see them again. Some, not all of them. I mean, we've got some that stick around. But typically, I mean, I'd say we get 3 or 4 kids a month that don't make it past 3 sessions.
No, that's understandable. So
it is.
He's probably in the top 20%, 30%.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing with it is that, again, it's one of those things where they find out the hard way a lot of realities of it, like the ropes. People think, are they like bungee ropes? Nope, they're ropes. It's rope. It hurts when you run into it. There's no.
Do they differ much from a boxing ring?
Yes, in the ropes of a boxing ring are actually looser, because they on a wrestling ring they have to be very tight so you can kind of spring off them.
Right.
There's only 3 ropes in a wrestling ring as opposed to 4 in a boxing.
Okay. So they don't fall out in boxing.
Yes. So the ropes are tied together as well down the middle in boxing. In wrestling, if you watch them run into the ropes, what they do is they always throw their arm over the rope and they run into it. And the reason for that is so they don't fall out.
Right.
If you keep your arm up like that, it keeps you in the ring, basically. If you try and run without support, you'll go straight out.
Okay. Oh, yes, because otherwise the ropes can separate there. And
you basically your butt goes through it and you just keep going. So that's what happens. Yeah. So it's a strange one. They have to kind of learn to lean into it. So they lean into it with their back and their arm goes over the top of the rope. So just that way you'll never fall out of the ring, basically.
Right. Okay. Peter Webster says you can see the love and commitment Jack has once he walks through the curtains. I can't stop smiling watching him. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I've got caught up in. It's not the wrestling I'm watching, it's the charisma I'm watching.
This is the thing, right? If you see him before the shows, like you've just seen it there, if you see him before the shows, he's a completely different kid. And then literally when his music comes on, you can see him, his demeanor and everything changes and he kind of gets into character and then out it comes. But it's
seeing him just now, if I've never seen him before and you said, this is my boy, he plays a bad guy, I'd just be like, get out of town.
I know it's cute, it's funny. I mean, it's like it's my favorite times of the week. So we go on Tuesdays and Fridays, and me and him, it's only around the corner from where I live. So me and him walk home together, and we just talk about what he's just learned, what he wants to learn, and it's nice. It's really nice to be able to bond with him like that.
So many life lessons in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first of all, the kids are starting learning to come out of themselves, bit of confidence. And then, of course, you got father-son time, which is always a good thing. Because I know you've often talked about, it was a video you said recently where, excuse me, sorry about that.
Okay.
You were saying like during the COVID time, sorry, the word that mustn't be mentioned, when the kids are starting to fight, you'd be like, right, come on then, let's do a bit of time.
Yeah, it was really stressful. I mean, lockdown with the boys and whatnot, it was horrible, and they missed. And this is the thing. I mean, again, with what happened to all of us during that, particularly kids. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, realistically, it lasted 2 years.
Yeah.
And my son was 8 when it finished, which means 25% of his life at that point was spent
under lockdown.
In lockdown and weird.
Yeah.
So I've tried to stress to the kids that it wasn't normal.
Yeah.
You know, I thought, I don't want you thinking this happens every few years or something. I'm like, this is the first time I've gone through this.
Yeah.
And I don't know what impact it's had on kids, what the long-term impacts that's going to be, but it definitely, you can see it in a lot of children that socially affected their development.
Yeah.
Because school's not just learning the curriculum. It's learning life. You're learning the socials of it. You're learning about making friends and losing friends and different relationships, and you learn all of it. And if you're not in the school doing that,
there may actually been kids that went home for the lockdown and, how do we put it, never went back to school.
Yeah,
that's theoretically possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember when I was at school, we lost someone. Now he wasn't ill, but he had a few issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like 100% shock, but it was still a big shock, because when you're like 12, 14 years old, your mate that you were knocking around playing football with last week, you ain't playing football with him anymore.
Yeah.
God, how do we get so dark on this show, Scott? Lord Peter Webster says he's got an amazing dad, that's for sure.
Thank you, Peter. That's very kind.
Wayne Welly says, I'm keeping quiet on school stuff as I'm off the clock. Oh, are you a teacher, Wayne, or so? Are you something to do with the schools? I'd love to know what it's like being a teacher during because that must have been totally different dynamic.
Let's test him. If he asks us, one of us in a minute, if we're chewing, or would you like to shut up with the rest of the class?
Oh, he's a teaching assistant. Do you know what? That's got to be tougher than being a teacher, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because when well, I don't know. See, when the teacher, I don't know. It's a teamwork thing anyway, isn't it? Does the TAs, do they kind of focus on the kids that just need a little bit extra help, or do they generalize on them?
It's a bit of everything, isn't it? I think TAs. I think it's kids that need the extra help. I think it's just everyone in general. I think it's a good thing. I mean, when you've got one teacher and 30 plus kids in a class now.
Yeah. See, I managed because that's just always the way it was. And, I come from the old system that if you're smart, you go up the sets, and eventually if you're not smart, you go down the sets. And when you're in the bottom sets, it's essentially, I'll put a bit of work on the board, but you're just going to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And there'll be paper fights and things, but it's okay because all the smart kids are up in the top sets learning. So long as they get their good results, they'll bump the average up. Now it's all about getting everybody through.
Yeah, no, I lived that life. I was the bottom set kid. That was my existence. Yeah.
I actually started high school as a top set kid and gradually worked my way down because it was so much more fun to mess around. And then my mum, when my mum remarried, they sent me to a boarding school, and I was actually not very high up because the level of education there, and I really didn't get on well at that school. Not anything to do with the education level. And then when I went back to my original school, it was like, there's the top set, and then I'm up here, not being big-headed, but because of what I'd been learning, it's like I'm actually really bored in class. But then when I left school, I mean, I totally flunked my exams. I think I was overconfident. And
I did. Yeah. I mean, I had something thing like you just said going on. I was bored out of my mind, and my problem was, two things. When I was in infants and junior school, I was a child of divorce, which was weird back then. It wasn't the norm.
Oh, right.
Single parent families were particularly unusual, and they definitely treated us differently, and it was weird. But then
I don't know, because see, my mum divorced when I was 3, so I didn't know what it was like to have a dad at home.
Right. I mean, yeah, my parents divorced when I was, I think it was just before I turned 5. So I've got hazy memories of it, but nothing really.
My dad's in America, so
right.
For me, what was quite normal was hearing from my dad a few times a year.
Getting
a present come through round about the beginning of December. Oh, that's my Christmas present from me dad.
Yeah.
And but there wasn't this normal mum playing off against
both roles. Yeah.
But it was just, no, mum just got on with things, and I got on with things, and things were what they were. And I always watched all my friends getting stuff that was better than mine, and they were better than me, and they were getting
it's tough.
And it was just the way it was. And I've come out of that thinking, actually, I think I was lucky, because now that I have more than when I was a kid,
you appreciate it.
I've appreciated it because I've worked for it. Yeah, the number of times I've asked for help and it's been denied, and I'm just at the point now, I don't even ask for help. I just work my socks off a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with my kids. I mean, I had a masterclass, the first-hand masterclass in how not to be a father. So
Right.
I'm doing the opposite of it with my kids, and it's working. So it's like, right, okay. So again, the way I look at it, if I had to go through what I had to go through, so my kids don't, so be it. And it's yeah.
But I don't know, you just come across as an absolute natural.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not not always. I mean, it's.
I'm not saying, I suspect you probably made a load of mistakes.
Oh yeah,
and I bet your wife has as well. But I think you probably made no more mistakes than anybody else has.
No, I mean, you know, the interesting thing for me is the age they both are now is the age I was dreading, because I was used to being their hero, when they were little. Everything I did fascinated them, and it was.
Yeah.
And I'd always tell myself, when they turn into teenagers, they're going to hate me, because for me, I was always like, right, I've got to get ultra strict when they become teens because I need to keep them on the straight and narrow. And I was dreading these years, but actually these years are the best.
Yeah.
Because Oscar is good as gold. He really is. So there's no concerns there. Jack has just really come into his own, and I'm loving it. It's the best it's been. We have very different dynamics between me and each of the kids. We have different interests. So I got my time spent with Oscar, my time spent with Jack, and it's lovely. It's really nice.
Yeah. Are the kids into anything that you really can't stand?
Yeah. See, this is the weird thing, right? So the reason why I'm on YouTube now is because of them. I hated YouTube. Hated it.
Did you?
Yeah, because the things that they used to watch was they'd be watching basically influencers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of influencers aimed at children that dress probably 10 years younger than they are, talk as if they're kids, and I didn't like it. I found it creepy. I found it weird. And what I particularly didn't like about it was nothing for sinister. I'm not saying like in a sinister way. What I didn't like about it was, for me, it seemed like it was the manipulation of children for views and to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. So a lot of the ones that were on there, they'd be acting like this guy was their mate. And I'm like, no, this guy's not your mate. This guy wants to sell you crap. That's what he's doing. And it bothered the hell out of me.
The thing that's doing the rounds at the moment that really winds me up. I mean, I left school. I trained to be a chef. Okay, working in the professional kitchen isn't my cup of tea, but food is the passion. And, good food. Oh, guys, I'm going to tell you about my stew I made over the weekend. Oh, it was amazing. I got some beef. I chucked it in the slow cooker on Saturday, and I cooked it on low for 24 hours. And then yesterday I got a stew pack, and I chopped that up, put it in, another 24 hours. And it's been going all day today with the gravy in it. And it is, I daren't say this, rest her soul, better than my mum's stew. I said it. And there's enough there for about 10 bowls.
Nice.
Anyway, the thing that's doing the rounds on the social media at the moment are these absolute crap recipes that will probably kill you if you eat them.
Yeah.
And that really, really winds me up.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will try them.
Yeah.
And the one that's absolutely dangerous is the microwave and the egg.
Oh, I know. They explode. Yeah.
They do explode.
Yeah.
And if you get some 6-year-old puts a whole egg in a microwave and it explodes in their face, you're talking nasty burns on their face.
What would bother me is they'd watch these ones that were like gamers, and it would always be the same. Hey guys, we're playing this new app game today, and you can download it here. And I'm like, yeah, they're just getting you to download malware on your parents' phones. That's what they're doing. And it bothered the hell out of me. So they were really into YouTube, and it got to the point where I didn't want them watching it. I was like, I don't want you watching it. And I saw it as meritless. So my thing was, I'd say to them, look, I own literally thousands of movies you've never seen. I'm like, watch one of those.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've got access to every single documentary, wildlife show, everything there is. So even animation. So if you just want to watch an animated cartoon, watch that. It has got more to it than this. And when it came to a head was when I caught them watching a video of 2 kids playing hide and seek. And I said, why don't you just go and play hide and seek?
Yeah.
So why are you watching 2 children play a game you 2 could be playing right now?
Yes.
And it was weird to me. I'm like, I couldn't. So I couldn't relate to it.
I never got into gaming channels because why am I watching someone play a game when I've got a PlayStation in the other room?
Right. And that's what used to bother me. They'd be watching someone play a game they've got. And I'd be like, just play the game.
Yeah. So
the reason why we're on YouTube now is because they kept asking to go on YouTube, and I kept saying no. So absolutely not.
Yeah.
And
you don't want them watching it. You definitely don't want them on it.
No, I was like, absolutely not. I said, boys, you're not doing it. And in the end, I caved. And it was when we were building R2D2, and Jack wanted it on YouTube, and I was like, okay, fine. So I think the first video we ever uploaded to YouTube is probably an R2D2. It's an R2D2 video.
Yeah.
And I was very strict with it. I'm like, the comments are being turned off because I didn't want anybody bad mouthing Jack or anything like that, or say anything nasty. And then one day I left them on. So I didn't mean to, but I uploaded the video and left the comments on. And I thought, shit. Then all of a sudden I started getting these alerts on my phone and telling me that comments happened. And they were all very positive. It was all very nice. I was like, okay. And then I only ever did videos with the boys, hence building with the boys.
Yeah.
And then the first one I did on my own was the trial of Eddie Stobart. So it wasn't the trial. It just been launched. I bought it to see what it'd be like, and I said to the kids, "We can go build this." Then I don't want to do that. I was like, "But I bought it now." So that's what I did on my own, and that was the first one I did on my own. It was weird to sit in front of a camera and just talk. Was weird, and it's not as easy as it looks. It's one of those things where you know what I'm talking about. If you're just going to sit in front of a camera and talk for 15-20 minutes on your own, it's weird. It's not the easiest thing to do.
My first lives went out on Twitch, and I'm so grateful that they delete them after 30 days, because my first ever live was awful because I was talking to the comment. So you get the comment come in. Now you're talking to that comment, but then you wait for the reply. Now there's about a 10-second delay between you saying something and them hearing it. And then they've got to type the message. And there's about a 10-second delay between them hitting the enter and it appearing on your screen. Yeah. So it was like 70% silence. Yeah. And then, of course, once you're talking to the comment, you're not doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. So you're actually spending most of your live stream doing.
No, and these are conversations I've had with people. I'll be honest, and I'll put my hand on my heart. I would enjoy the part where it builds more if I wasn't filming them.
Yeah.
If I could just go at my own pace.
Yeah.
If I wasn't trying to reach around a camera, if I wasn't trying to do it so it's positioned so everyone could see it, if I could just, I'd enjoy it more, I would. Yeah. But at the same time, I enjoy interacting with everybody. It's why I do it. And it's what's kept me doing it. The community is what's kept me doing it. And that's why. So it's
the dynamics has changed for me. Sorry, the cat has a habit of putting the tail just exactly where it is. I originally did the YouTube channel as kind of a video diary that I can go back to in the future. And then it kind of changed to the interaction with people. I get my regular people who comment, which helps me along. And now that I'm getting close to that magic 1,000 mark, I think my dynamic is changing again. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't want to be mercenary. But at the same time, if you can get a bit of income that can help build the channel, I'm quite happy to use all my YouTube income for YouTube.
It's what I do. What I get from YouTube is certainly not a lot of money for what I get, but it's all of it goes back in. The YouTube, it's one of those things where I don't class it as like I've had the question, how much does it cost you? I'm like, it doesn't cost me anything because I'm doing it regardless. Whether or not there's a camera pointed at me, it doesn't cost me. I've never bought anything specifically for the channel. No, I haven't done it. Anything I've bought is something that I want.
It's been the same with me. There's been part works that there's been part works I've looked at and I've thought, I'd got a lot of views out of that. Yeah,
the same here. There are part works I know full well if I built them, I'd get thousands of views on them. But I'm not interested. Like the Enterprise, for example, I know I'd get an absolute, but it's
But are you being true to yourself if you're building something you don't like?
Yeah, I don't want to do it. It's like, and then what am I going to do with it at the end? If I build the Enterprise, I'm not interested in Star Trek. I've never watched it.
That Terminator, that takes up an awful lot of space. And now sitting there, you see, I've got everything crammed on the shelf there. Yeah, I've got the Concorde sitting in front of the Eddie Stobart, which is huge, far too big. And then I've got, that gauntlet.
The
there's a little
gauntlet, my
bit of
God,
me-
is yeah,
Yeah, it is massive. You got your gauntlet, your mini gauntlet sorted out yet?
kind of.
Kind of. Oh, do you know what? If you right, I'll be honest with you.
I
I was
upset a lot of people. I
good.
can tell I've
Good.
upset a lot of people over that.
I'll be honest with you. I actually packaged mine up in a box. It had your address on it.
No, it's
And then
it's
you
kind,
released
but
that video saying that you were getting it.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, we'll
it
wait.
was it's the principle of the matter. It's not for me.
No.
I don't really care. The kid would like it, but even he said, "I'm not bothered, Dad." I'm like,
I just
I'm
thought it
not.
would be great for you because you've done the Iron Man, you're doing
Yeah.
the Gauntlet, and I see it as a kind of in between the two, an
What-
Iron Man Gauntlet.
What my problem with it was, is it wasn't that they hadn't sent me one.
Yeah.
It wasn't that we weren't getting one. It wasn't that it was something I really
It was
wanted.
the fact that they've said you're getting one and now you're not getting
Well,
one.
it was the fact that I told everyone they were getting one. So when the thing launched, I do the same thing I do on any of these. So if I'm doing one, I'll talk everyone through it. This is what it's going to cost you. This is what you can get.
Yeah.
And I've told everybody that's watched it, if you subscribe today, you will get this.
Yeah.
They then turn around and say, no, you won't. And I'm like, okay, so by no fault of my own, you've made me a liar because you said, so everyone I've told to, I've deceived. And I was like, no, I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
So when they offered me, because they did offer me, we'll send you one. I'm like, and what about everybody else?
Yeah.
And I said, because that's not what this is. This isn't you send me one. I'm like, you make good on what you promised to everybody.
How many people have signed up for that part work?
Thousands.
Of you.
Because of me, I don't know. I mean, even if it's one,
yeah,
I'm, you know what I mean? It's gonna bother me that they're losing out. So it was that. It was just, I think more people should hold companies to task. If they say they're going to do something, I expect you to do it, and that's the way it is.
Well, they expect us to uphold our end of the bargain.
Exactly. And what bothered me about it was their response was to basically say, I'm wrong. And I'm like, well, I'm not wrong. And I'm showing the thing. I'm saying, it says right here, this is what you said. They said, this is that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of excuses made by them and for them. So that there were, anyone that came to the defense was kind of saying, oh yeah, but they sub out their customer service. And I'm like, I don't care. But they chose to do that.
The customer service that's being subbed out should be performed in such a way it looks like it's part of the company.
And this is the thing. This is me turning into work, Scott. At the moment, I've had it before when I've bought something that hasn't turned up, and the supplier will say, "Oh yeah, the driver's let us down," and I'm like, "Right, but you chose that driver."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's on you. You're not putting it onto somebody else.
Yeah.
So if you've chose to sub out your customer service to a piss poor company,
yeah,
well, that's your fault. It's not the fault lies with you.
I've cancelled 2 subs to different companies because they've used DPD, who've let me down quite badly.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody did that, the companies would then be saying, we're not getting any orders, and it's because of the company we're using, we'll have to use a different company.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said to them, if you change your courier company, I'll come back to you. And if everybody did that, then if that other company starts to deteriorate, and maybe DPD can say, well, we bucked our ideas up, so they go back to DPD, we'll all go good because they're not using Yodel or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have contacted me and they said that everybody will be getting it now. And they said that everybody that signed up, whenever it was up to the shot of the early bird, everyone will get it. So all pre-subscribers will get it, and they'll be coming in the next pack. Yeah. If it does, okay, no harm, no foul. You know, they put it right. That's okay. That's fine. It's, you made a mistake, you put your hands up and you rectified the mistake. Yeah. Brilliant.
And I have no issues with that.
No, I don't. It's like if you made, all I expect from any company is them to say, we got this wrong. Sorry. We put it right. And it's like, okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's no harm, no foul.
Did they at any point though, because they'll say things subject to change, dependent on stock level, because Harshette use that one, don't they? Free gifts subject to change depending on stock levels.
Yes and no. So there was a bit of they can change the gift, but they still got to give you a gift.
Right. Okay.
Do you get what I mean? They can't go, you'll get something if you subscribe early, because basically what they've said is it's to lure you in. It's a bit like offering somebody a bonus if they do something and then go, not give you the bonus.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's oh, you better give me something. That's yeah. So it's I don't know. I mean, look, it is what it is. But we'll see. But I mean, it's like how people said so they'll never send you anything, and I'm like, I don't care. To be honest with you, again, I'm not again my. It sounds pretentious, but it's true. My integrity is worth more than a free subscription.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It just is. So I'm like, I'm not going to brag people and go, this is fantastic when it's not, or their customer service is great when it isn't.
Yeah.
So if that means that they'll never sponsor me, well then so be it. I don't care. I can buy my own. I don't need them to.
I don't have an issue with that. I'm the same. I mean,
couldn't care less. It's for me. If they want to send me one, brilliant. If they don't want to, I don't care. It's it's fine.
No, I mean I'm the kind of person that any company can send me a free gift, but it will be an honest review.
And
I've had stuff sent to me and I've said, I think in all fairness, the most negative thing I've ever said is it's a good product, but it's not something that I would use. But I can see the good in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the only ones that I really do at the moment is I do the models through Funhole.
Yeah.
And I love them, genuinely love them. They are absolutely beautiful.
I can tell you genuinely love them. You're not just saying.
No,
I had, this was quite funny. I bought some 3D print filament years ago and the company messaged me and said, if you give us a 5-star review, we'll give you the product for free, but we want a 5-star review.
Right.
And I kind of thought, well, I was quite happy to give you a 5-star review anyway. Then they sent me something else. I can't remember what it was. It was one of those products where I would probably have never looked for it and bought it, but once I received it, actually it was all right. So again, 5-star review. Gave me my money back. Then I got something else from them, and there was a few niggly issues with it. So I left a 4-star review. Never heard from the company since.
Yeah, that's I mean, and this is the thing. So it's like if they made a bad one, it'd be weird for me now. If they made a bad one, I would say it was bad. But it would be, I'd have to be objective to it and say,
other models. So you'd
I'd have to judge against the other ones. And I'd say, look, this one's not great compared to the other ones that have been. And I am critical. So when I sort of review them, I say the things they got right. I say the things they got wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that they are genuinely beautiful. And the beauty of working with them as well is at no point have they ever asked me to say this is good.
Yes.
If you don't say this is good, we won't send you anything. Nothing like that at all. They, as a company, genuinely, this sounds like I'm, hawking their stuff. I'm not. I swear to you on this one.
No, it doesn't. You do sound like you're being honest about
it. The actual company itself genuinely value opinion. So anybody can message them. It's not just influencers. Anybody can literally email them and say, I've got an idea. And they will get back to you. They will take it on board and they're interested because as a company, they've got big ideas and they want to grow. So they genuinely want feedback, whether or not it's positive or negative. So I'll get messages from them where it's not about, can you do this for us? I'll get messages where they say, this is an idea we're currently working on. What do you think of this? And then I'll get ones where they say, do you have any suggestions? What would make this better? Would you? And they genuinely do it. They take it on board. And I mean, can you see Lego doing that? Because I can't. They don't care. Lego can like this.
Lego have their own team, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they have people like you and me who make something up. And then they can send that design to Lego. And if they like it enough, it'll get. So Lego's a bit of a different setup, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's
sorry, Scott, I'm going to have to do a catch up.
Okay.
I think I've got so much. So Wayne Raleigh says, I wouldn't train to be a teacher as too much hassle now. Yeah, isn't it more about getting Ofsted reports than it is actually educating the kids?
Yeah.
See, I couldn't work like that. I've always imagined teaching as to sell with love.
Yeah.
That's my idea of teaching, getting through to the kids.
Yeah.
So Wayne Welly, I'm a TA for special needs schools, so my workload is different. I have got absolute 100% respect for you then. Anyone that can do that job. You know, I've worked with special needs kids and I couldn't do it all the time. You know, I can do a good job when I'm doing it, but I couldn't do it all the time. This I'm not surprised at. Peter Webster, I was clever at school, left with second highest exam results in the year despite being bullied constantly. Oh, bless. Was it because you were smart you were being bullied? I used to get bullied because I was small and I used to cry easy. And then I learned that if I cried, they'd stop bullying me. So it's not just classwork to help, it's also providing personal care to the students as a majority cannot. Yeah. Going to head off now as Moss's live catch you all again. I know you're gone, but take care, Wayne Welly. See you later, Wayne. Take care, bud. Later, WW. What's that mean? Well, I don't know. Lord Peter, that's why I don't film my bills due to needing to take time because my eyesight issues and don't want to be ridiculed for not being as fast. Oh, I don't. Do you know what? I'll be absolutely honest with you, and I might get a strike against my channel on this one. But if anyone ridicules you, they can just fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's true.
I've been, I won't say trolled, but I've had a lot of negative comments, and usually my answer is thank you for the view. Because I'm doing my channel my way, and if you don't like it, there's other people doing what I do. I'd like to think you're watching all of us, but if you don't like the way I do it, I'm sorry, it sounds very uninfluencer. I just don't care.
No, and so it's I'm quite fiery. So my problem is I start typing back, and before I reply, I read it back to myself and go, nah, and let it go. I'm thinking,
yes.
Nah.
I tried to reply to all of my comments, good and bad. If you're going to be negative, I'd rather you were critical rather than negative. I mean, I've had the old, I'm going to ask you this question later on, but I've had the old, this part work should be banned, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
The police should be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And my response to that is, well, so long as you look at all the information that's there.
Yeah. No one pulled the wool over your eyes.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when that Routemaster advert came out. First issue, $1.99. Usual price, $8.99 or whatever.
Complete in 100 issues.
Yeah. So, right, I can't add up in my head. So out comes the calculator. Right, that's how much it's going to cost.
That's what it's going to cost. Yep.
Yeah. Dominique says, evening. How are you, Dominique? Hi, Peter. Hi, Dom. I can see myself getting all the Titanic issues and end up gifting it to someone who can't afford to build it. Well, I'm very poor and I can't afford to do the Titanic. I really can't. No, I'm just joking there. Someone who can't afford to build it, but doing that, I worry if the recipient would sell it. Unfortunately, that's down to you, Peter. You've just got to find the correct person to gift it to. I could chuck a few names your way, but even then it might go sour. I actually gave a lot of issues of Routemaster, not give them away. I did sell them at cost price.
Why aren't you going to build it, Peter?
Probably, I guess it's his eyesight or time.
I'd build it for you.
There you go.
I'd put it together for you. I'd do it. If you want it built, I'd build it for you.
Well, it's funny you say that because he said, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Peter. He sent me a message the other day asking me if I'd do the wheels for the James Bond for him.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, absolutely no hesitation in doing that. Because if it's anything like the Jag wheels, I absolutely love doing those.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
There's two types for the Bond. With the Agora Bonds, you can either have the kind of, I think they've got one where it's like, it's already done. But it does look better if you kind of do the wiring yourself.
Well, that jag wheel, the first row, I think is I remember I was around Chris Davis's doing it, so I was doing his, and I think it took me an hour and a half to get the first row of spokes in, and then because I think I kept getting all the way to the end, and then they just spring out, and once one springs out, it's like a little cartoon. It goes
Yeah.
And then when I did it the second row, I think that took about half an hour.
Mhm.
And then by the time I'd done the fourth wheel on my own, I think I was knocking it out in about 15 minutes.
Do you know the only thing I've had on any part work that frustrated me beyond belief was yesterday.
Okay.
It was a window for the doll's house.
Is it one of the videos I started to watch today?
Yeah. It just
Right.
it would not. And it was complete. I don't know why. It was just, I think it just had a kind of, because I built 3 of the exact same window, right? And 2 of them went together without problem at all. Third one just didn't want to play ball at all, right? And it's
Don't
like,
you
I'm
feel
thinking, what
that's
is
just
going on
how
with it?
they go?
The glue wouldn't bond. It just. I was like, what the? And it made no sense, and it was driving me bloody mad.
Yeah, but I've had that.
It was
See,
weird.
I had a message from, it was a comment left by Peter, the last 4 issues of Eddie Stobart. He said about how fiddly they were. No offense to anyone, I found that a breeze and quite therapeutic. But I've had issues where it just won't happen, and other people have said to me, "Oh, that was easy." And I don't know, is it your mindset or?
I had that with the Lancaster seat. I was dreading it. The pilot seat of the Lancaster, I was thinking, everyone said this is a bloody nightmare. I'm thinking, oh God, this is going to be terrible. It was all right. I was kind of like, okay. I didn't lose anything, didn't snap anything, nothing went missing.
No, a lot of people are having trouble with the cockpit glass, aren't they? Oh, we
yeah,
have.
but again, it was fine. Hey, how are you?
Went well, so I fell asleep.
Bless.
Sorry, Penny.
It's okay. I had a feeling that something was up.
Yeah.
Because life happens. Well, let's face it, a week or 2 ago, we didn't have a stream because somebody had an afternoon nap, didn't wake up till 2 in the morning, midday.
Yeah.
and I'm the one with the start-stop button on the stream. So you've met Scott, haven't you?
Yeah, we've met before.
I keep calling her Teresa.
Calling me Teresa
She's
again.
gonna slap me one day.
Yeah, I will. I might change my YouTube name to Teresa.
Change your channel name to I'm Not Teresa.
Yeah, instead of crafting Budgie Mama.
Right, so we've got your was about to ring up, but yeah, no, it's not a problem. Things happen. So hi Tash, hi East Coast, hi Dominique, hi Teresa, Penny. Sorry I missed the super chat you gave me Saturday and want to come in and thank you. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, this show, in fact, I'm going to play it again. I've done it's not very good, but right at the beginning is a little bit of a, not really a tribute. What's the word I'm looking for? But if you guys don't mind, I'm going to play it again. I don't know if Gottfield is still watching, and there will be a little bit at the end. I've actually changed my outro. I wasn't going to tell you guys until later, but I don't know if you've heard of Hobby Barn Scott. But he was a wonderful scale modeler. I didn't know him really closely, and I didn't know him as long as everybody else. But he was always got time for people. We sadly lost him at the weekend.
Oh bless.
So I'm just going to pop this on. It's not anything really exciting, but it's just a little. In fact, I'll play the outro because actually it's almost embarrassing, to be honest with you. But it was just a little minute silence for him. Right, and I think that might actually be the chat caught up. Oh, hang on. No. All right, he is here. Oh, I see. Sorry, I've lost control of my chat. So, hi, Brian. Never figured out why I was targeted. Oh, bless. Maybe that's for the best. If you don't know why, it can't scar you for life then, can it? Wayne Welly, tell them to piss off, Peter. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Got Fuels Model Car Garage, please. Oh, listen, guys, I'm really sorry. I've got this. I was trying out this Streamlabs thing. It's got this robot moderator thing. Just ignore it. It's a load of junk, and it just does. We had somebody. This is what's really funny is that YouTube has a 200 character limit on live chat. If you type a comment with more than 100 characters, Streamlabs jumps in and says, "Please refuse from leaving long comments." And it's like, no, my limit is 200 because, and if I could get round it, my limit would be whatever you've got to say. If you want to write an essay, you can. So yeah, just tell Streamlabs to bog off. Hi Brian, hi Dom. Yeah, and I won't take down bad comments because it shows that. Totally agree. Totally agree. But I think if someone leaves a bad comment and you can deal with that intelligently, it actually makes they have made your channel look better. But yeah. Hi Peter. That's interesting. Mod tools allow you to choose timeout on Streamlabs. Not sure what would happen if clicked. Yeah, it's basically, if you get timed out by Streamlabs, please accept my humble apologies. I've got to look into that. Hi, Got Fuels. Just got no interest in the build, to be honest, and taxing on his site. That's about the Titanic. So Got Fuels says, hi, Teresa. Hi, Tash. Teresa says, so does that make me Natasha? Knowing how my brain works, that probably makes you Mike. You know what my brain is like. Natasha and Got Fuels, I'm here. So Terry Hobbybunner knew him through his live streams. Rest in peace. I tell you what, I will do it. It's a little bit embarrassing. I don't think it was my greatest work, but I'll play it anyway. That's if you don't mind, you two. Streamlabs other night got hammered. Yes, it really did pick on you, didn't it, East Coast? Just for every comment you were making, Streamlabs was coming back with, please refrain from whatever. East Coast got picked on. When I shared Brian's stream on here, every word it said typed in. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No Penny, as a mod, we can time out Streamlabs. Be funny if you time out Streamlabs, won't it? I'm hoping to put my unboxing and rant video up tomorrow. Oh, do you know what? I've got one of my. I think it's my Lancaster, one of my future Lancasters. I had a right old rave. And I wasn't even addressing something to do with a Lancaster. Because obviously the crowd that I'm hoping to attract on my Lancaster video is both of the Harshette builders and the scale model builders, because it's a comparison between the two. And someone had posted on the Eddie Stobart. I've built it now, but they were complaining about one of the issues. It's two bars this long with a little connector and a couple of screws. And you've heard this a million times, haven't you, Scott? Oh, it's not worth the price we paid for it.
Yep.
Now, my rant was, have you seen my Eddie Stobart when I got the cab? This hunking great big bit of metal. Did you see anywhere where they said, oh, that's a lot of material for the price we paid? Maybe they should have chopped it in half and given it to us in 2 issues.
There was a similar thing with the Ecto 1. So when we built an Ecto 1, we received a pack where it was like 2 slivers of plastic. It made a sun visor.
Yes.
And it was like 2 slivers, and everyone lost their minds. Like, I can't believe it. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, 2 months ago, we had a box that was big enough to fit television in that had the frame. So in 1 month's pack, we had these massive, great big pieces of the frame of the Ecto. It was huge, weighed an absolute ton. I'm like, no one was saying, I can't believe we only paid £10 for this. Not one, but the second it doesn't work.
Did anybody complain about getting the bonnet for 99 pence?
No,
So
no,
I mean,
it's the way it is. There's going to be loads of that in Lancaster. There is going to be
yes,
tiny little bits in Lancaster.
but you're getting them already.
There's going to be issues where you're going to get a propeller. That's it. Not the motor. You'll just get the propeller.
See, I remember this about the Jaguar. The first wheel we got half of the spokes in one pack, in one issue, and then the other, because you got 2 rows of 2 spokes, so you got 4 rows. I think the third wheel, the wheel came as 4 different issues, so they actually dragged it out.
Yeah,
and I think that's a bit more of a genuine moan because of what you had got. You got the issue, you got the wheel in 2 issues. Now they're spreading it out over 4.
I think what's going to happen with the Lancaster, genuinely, and this might affect the way you're doing your videos, is I think the actual plane itself will be complete in about 65 issues.
Really?
And the remaining 45 issues will be the base.
No, because the Spitfire base, that was done in 6 or 7 issues.
But this has got the Lancaster base has got the dam, the water, all of that going with it.
Spitfire base, the Spitfire is bigger because it's 1:18 scale. Bear with me one sec. Sorry, I haven't got my headphones on, but this is the Spitfire base.
That is big.
So I didn't hear a word of that because my headphones weren't on. You have to forgive the state it's in. I've got 2 cats and they thought they'd jump on it.
Because it's got the water and the dam and whatnot, I thought they were going to be doing it where we were literally getting a panel of that per issue.
I think,
the water.
I think the Lancaster base will be a little bit bigger because, bear with me again.
It's a square meter, I know that.
So this is the approximate width of your Lancaster.
Yeah.
So this is probably a little tiny bit wider than the Spitfire base. So I'm guessing the Lancaster base will be a few inches longer. So
it's a little bit, it's a little more than a square meter, the Lancaster base.
Oh, right. Okay. So it'll be about the same size. Now, the Spitfire base, each side is 2 pieces screwed together.
Right, okay.
You've got 8 pieces. Then you've got 6 sheets of plastic for the top. Now, with the Spitfire, it's plain. I'm guessing with the Lancaster, there'll be watery bits.
There's water, there's a dam, there's scenery.
Yeah. The dam will probably come in another 2 pieces, maybe 3. So going across one bit, and then you'll have various bits of electronics and battery board in it.
Yeah.
And then that's probably where you'll put all the batteries. The Spitfire actually has a plug in the bottom of the fuselage. That back support is actually the power supply.
Someone in chat just pointed something out, Penny, actually. They said you could have bought 4 first issues of Lancaster and be cheaper than buying the motor set. They're right.
Yes.
With 99p, you got the propeller.
Right. So it looks like, unless I scratch build, your cockpit is going to be much better than mine. Now, what Nigel's modelling bench has suggested is going out and buying, I think it's issue 4 and 5 and possibly 6.
Yeah.
And using those pieces and putting them into my Hong Kong. I've got a feeling that kind of touches on when you're doing a comparison between 2 models, to go and buy one model to enhance the other one, isn't that kind of saying? I'm obviously the
It
what
is,
I'm
but
hoping for. I'm hoping to make the Hong Kong cheaper and better than the Hachette.
it is, but for me, I think the fact that you can get the propeller motor for 99p and the wiring
Yeah,
on issue 1, it would make sense to buy 4 of those for £4, and you've
Yeah.
then got all your propeller motors done.
yeah,
And then all you need to do is buy the issue that comes with the PCB
yeah.
to make the propellers work in sequence, and it's all done. You don't have to mess around with
And get the
Arduinos or anything like
noise.
that. It's all
You know
done.
what? Yeah, I think you're right there. I've just spent 200 quid on all the lights and stuff, and maybe I could have done it. Because see,
Yeah.
I looked at it as I could do all of that for cheaper. I mean, I can sit here and buy the bits.
Oh yeah,
and solder
definitely.
them,
I mean, it's
but
for the propeller engines. The fact that one comes with issue 1 at 99p means you can get 4 of those for £4.
mm,
So you've kind of got your propeller engines done. I mean, even if you're using the Hong Kong propellers, the actual engine that would sync up to a PCB and plug and play
yeah.
and do the sequence will cost you £14.
Saying that, I could still do that
You could still do that.
because what I could do, because your propellers are metal,
Yeah.
mine are plastic.
Hmm.
Yours, if yours is anything like my Spitfire propeller, it is fast, it's well balanced, and you could chop your finger off with
I
it.
thought I was going to take a knuckle off when I had that thing on. Right? I wasn't expecting to go as fast as it did. I was like, yeah, I really wish I wasn't holding this.
Yeah, because you can feel your fingers moving with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's really, it really goes for it.
That Spitfire one, it scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I don't mind admitting. I think the video I did for, I'm like, whoa.
When I tried mine, I was like, shit, because you can't turn it off without taking a battery out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remove a battery at the same time. And I was like, this is going to take a knuckle off.
Yeah. So, but then again, would mine take the weight of 4 metal propellers?
You wouldn't have to use the metal propellers. You could use the motors and put the plastic propellers on them.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, because all I need to do is cut the wires.
I've got one. I'll tell you what I'll do. I've got a spare issue 1, so I can send you the engine, and you can try out the plastic propeller.
Okay, but I insist on covering the costs.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not sending
Argue
that.
with me.
Is it a yes and a no argument? Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
This is Peter Webster Mark II now, isn't it? Right.
What am I going to do with it?
Well, okay, fair point.
There you go.
Craftsman with Judy. Hi, Tasha, Teresa. Scott, been wonderful to get to know you, and Penny, you know I love you. Oh, bless. Hi,
That's very kind of you.
See, you're just well liked.
I am a delight.
Is that an invisible comment? I've actually got a nothing comment there. Look.
Right.
Obviously, what Smith B's meant to write there was, Scott, you're wonderful too. I think you're great.
I understand it.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. It could turn PG rated. Nice one, Teresa. Mike. Hi, Crafton with Judy. You could have bought 4 first issues of Lancaster. Do you know, I might pick up a few issues. I will give you a bit of a spoiler. My Lancaster's getting expensive.
Is it?
Because of the aftermarket. Do you want to know what I've spent on it so far?
Well,
600 quid. But the parts I've got, they are a thing of beauty.
Well, as long as it doesn't go much over that.
Well, the budget I've got is 14. Well, hang on. I've worked it all out. The budget I've got is £1,415.70.
Mm-hmm.
Plus any extra issues they might decide to give us, if they do.
What are you doing about a base for it, Penny?
I am making my own base.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be I'm going to do an RAF Scampton base.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue I've got is, there's my part. I'm going to show you this. I love showing this off. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a show off when I know what I can do and what I can't do and what's going to be a struggle. And when it comes out as that was a lot better than I thought, I do get really, really proud of it. So this is we're calling him Asian Guy Gibson because I did kind of over darken the wash on the face. But this is you see why I call him Asian Guy Gibson.
Yeah.
But he's not
It was
been.
great.
I love him. I absolutely love him. I've only done
see,
the wash on him.
I can't paint miniature. Well, I say that I've never tried.
Well,
I've painted one miniature in my life. I painted a single Warcraft figure, and that's it. Freaks me out. Paint miniatures. Freaks me
I've
out.
also bought the figures for the crew walking along, and I was going to have them in the corners, kind of photo bombing. Now, the only issue I've got is these are allegedly both 1:32 scale.
No.
Yeah. Now, these are amazing figures, but I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
They are apps. I mean, I haven't cleaned them up yet.
Do you know what? If you had them in the background rather than the foreground,
yeah,
you get away with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of lots of different things, but yeah, I'm just gonna, because I've the base that the aircraft is gonna be you can press a button and it all starts up. You get all the lights and all the engines start in sequence. I couldn't put that in flight. It will look so much better static on the ground. And I'm looking at there's a guy who does these laser cut 1:48 scale hangers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking, might buy one because I can use it for another model.
Yeah.
And then maybe make my own.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can just have the front of the hanger, just the entrancey bit, and then we'll have the actual pan. We'll have a bit of grass, just a little strip on the side, and then I'm also looking at getting the little transport. You know, they took them out in a car to the Lancaster.
Yeah.
And then a little driver. Now, the only problem I've got is the one that has been used by a couple of modelers, and then I've watched the Dam Busters film. They're not the same.
Okay.
So I've got to research that more.
Is the film wrong?
This is what I'm thinking. I mean, I could question the film because let's face it, the dog is called Trigger.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
I've also found a guy that has produced a Guy Gibson and a Black Labrador figure. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I've got to get it. It's absolutely amazing. So, but I mean, this model, you could really go to town on it. I could probably spend $3,000 on parts for it. So I've got to find my limit and stop.
Is your bomb going to spin?
Pardon?
Is your bomb going to spin?
No, but it doesn't need to because it's going to be static on the ground.
Oh, cool. Of course it is.
Yeah. But I mean, I've even bought these. These are crew ladders. They were 16 quid, but they add a nice little touch to it.
Absolutely.
Brass gun barrels, new wheels, new under. Well, I'm worried about, I don't know if I should have bought I bought metal undercarriage. I don't know how it's going to hold up because there's a lot of model with plastic undercarriage, but I've not heard of any issues with the undercarriage.
I had like, I'd say at least 20, I think probably more like 30 emails Christmas week about the bomb spinning on the Lancaster, and all of a sudden it's spinning the wrong way. And going, I was like, it's okay.
That's the easiest fix going though, isn't it?
But it's like I'm not Hachette. So it's like, okay, it's like, all right, but I'm like, but it's not. It spins backwards. I know it sounds weird, but it spins backwards.
Right. Are you saying that it is spinning the correct way? And it's
spinning the correct way. Wrong. So when I've always messages said it's spinning the wrong way. I'm like, it's not. It's spinning the right way. It spun backwards. It didn't spin forwards.
Because if it spun forwards, the first bounce,
the second bounce would just take off
half a mile past the.
It would just accelerate. It would hit and.
Yeah.
So it's like when one of the easiest ways to play is like a tennis ball or a golf ball. Yeah. When you hit it, it spins backwards. So the actual hit, it spins backwards. So it's spun backwards.
When you talk about spin, I'm thinking pull.
Yeah.
Because obviously I applied.
Yeah. So when you hit the ball rotates. It's like you can visually see it in bowling. In 10-pin bowling, you can see the ball spinning backwards as it slides down the lane.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it bites in and off it goes.
Yeah.
So it's the same with the bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb spun backwards when it hit the water. It steadied itself. So if you didn't, you'd just keep getting these bigger and bigger bounces as it went along.
Yes.
And it would do what they wanted to do.
Actually drop the bomb, it'd probably explode back in England.
Exactly. Well, this is the thing as well. I mean, again, with the funny thing with the bouncing bomb, and I understand why, because it looks like that's how it works. Like you bounce it down, it hits the wall and blows up, and it's like that's not what it does. No. It gets the wall and sinks, and then blows up.
Stop at the bomb at the down.
You want it to stop as close to the wall as possible and sink, and then explode.
It's going to go down.
But I understand that. To look at it, you think you drop it, bounce, hits the wall and explodes. But that's not.
No.
They'd use missiles if they were going to do that.
Using the water force.
Yeah, to blow the dam.
Because the water was absorbing like 80% of the blast. So you would need a bomb the size of the Lancaster. You'd need 4 Lancasters carrying it to get enough force. Or you make the bomb go down and you use that water force because water is really powerful.
So the water force doubles the intensity of the bomb. So you pretty much double, and then that on its way up doubles again. So you get almost like a quadruple effect, and it's shatters down.
Plus, you don't need to blow a hole in the dam wall. You just need to blow a crack
in the foundation.
Force of the water will because force. One thing I say a lot: force is lazy.
Yeah.
If you make a scratch on something and then put pressure on it, if you're breaking something, like if you're doing plastic cards, you give it a few scratches, you score it, you then bend it, it will snap along the score because force is lazy.
I mean, another way you could, because if that's what they wanted to do, another way you could have done it is you could have, because it won't have the effect either. Hitting the wall won't have that effect. You could have packed a Lancaster with explosive and flown it into it, ejected out of a Lancaster at the back of a Lancaster and flown it into it, and it would hit the dam. But it would make cosmetic damage, but it wouldn't breach the dam. So you need something that would get underneath and just destroy it from. And that's how it was. You can get a submarine up there and hit it with a torpedo. So that's why they had to do it. So it bounces, slows down, sinks, and explodes.
Sorry, I've just caught this very, very diplomatic comment from Mike. You're all wonderful, but wouldn't put you in any order. Well, not until I know who can hurt me more. Hang on, Penny knows where I live.
There you go.
All right, we've got a hi, Penny. How about team up on Terry's? Hi, Penny. We would welcome you there and do unboxing with him. Well, I'm waiting for him to come in so I can get this unboxing done. I got this about 5 minutes before I went live, and I said because Terry loves unboxing, so I said I'll wait till you join the stream. The only problem is the company I got this from. What they do is they post pre-orders. This is what I'm getting in. People then post their interest. So some of these kits, they might be things I've shown interest for 6 months ago. So it's great because I've forgotten what I've ordered. So it's like Christmas again. So I generally don't know what's in that box.
I came into 4 parcels today.
Did you?
I did, which is always a nice surprise. I didn't know what any of them were. And then I opened them. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And I remember that. And I remember that. But they're all, what's it called? They're all sponsored builds. But 2 of them are weird.
I hate when you do that.
No, I mean, Penny, Penny, I'll text you a picture of one of them.
No, it's when you see, I hate surprises. So when you do your videos and you go, I've built this, it's really good. I'm not allowed to show you.
No, I can tell one of them. There's 2 of them I can definitely 100% tell you. So, Roker are sending things to the channel now. So they have sent me a mechanical music box that looks like a stagecoach.
Okay. Well, as in with the wheels and.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's you know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go get it. Let me just.
Well, I'll do the comments while you find out them. Link across if that's possible. Hi, Lindsay. I actually need to pin that comment, don't I, so people can come and join us. Hi Peter, hi Lindsay, hi East Coast. Oh, hang on. I'm reading old comments.
It's probably
So
scrolled up again.
there we go. So that I know I was up to. I'm hoping to put my unbox. I'm looking forward to that, Peter. I really am. Scott has been wonderful. Get to know Penny. You know I love you. Oh, that's really nice.
Nice, right?
Oh, I'm looking at that and thinking, what food can I go without to get that?
So it moves as well. So it's completely, as it plays the tune, it moves. So it's a nice one. It's an 1848 Stagecoach. But it's cute.
Yeah.
What I like about this is they started moving away from these gear-driven models. Roker had started doing everything kind of electric,
Okay.
and now they've gone back because I think people wanted these kind of clockwork models.
Yeah,
gone back
because
to it.
I mean, one of the things that would appeal to me is knowing how it works.
Exactly.
And by building it up, you get an understanding. And then sometimes you learn something that you can apply that in another project.
Yeah. So when I first started building Roker models, all of them work like that. So all of them work with gears. So you built the gears and everything's the drive shaft, all of it you build. Then when they started doing the fairground models, they started introducing, it was all electrics, literally all of it. So they're all electric driven. There's some gears,
Right.
but it's mainly you have these electric motors that will go in. It just does all of it. So there was no clockwork to it anymore. And I think people complained about that. And they're like, we kind of like clockwork models, so give us the option.
I think you've got two kinds of crowds. You've got the people who like the clockworky, all the mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got another crowd that they're not bothered. They just want everything to be electric.
The comments I get more than anything on Roker builds are typically my gears aren't turning or they're sticking. And I always say, have you waxed the gears?
Yeah.
No. And I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
Every single time I'm like, well, I did say.
You just need to properly file.
You need to take your time.
Through now. Yes.
It's a pain in the ass. I'll openly admit to sit there with like a 60 tooth gear and wax each. It's a pain in the ass. It's not fun.
I mean, this unfinished figure has taken me hours.
Exactly.
The result I'm getting.
But you do the work and it'll always work. You don't do the work and it won't work. And then I'm like, well, yeah, it's But it's nice. So that was a nice surprise to come home to today. And then I've got two others, and I'm not joking. Weird, and I will send you pictures, Penny, but I can't publicly at the moment on that one. But
no, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to send me pictures. I don't.
No, it's fine. I will, because they'll haunt your dreams, Penny. You'll be like, "What is that?" And I'm like,
fair enough.
it's weird. And then the other one I've got is Funhole are sending me one as well. So they are sending me. It is the latest one, and it is a farm shop, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
So I've got that. That's here now, so that'll be going up as well. But
my big question for you is: are you doing any more of the "it came from the internet"?
Yes.
I hope I didn't spoil it by doing my guess on the Ed 209.
No, not at all. No.
I actually really liked that one. That latest
one. Do you know what? I did as well. I was actually really impressed. But do you know what? I've done 3 of the 4, and they've all been quite nice.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like this latest one you've done.
The Slave one.
Yes.
The best thing about it is the way it works. So the actual 10 secretary.
Yeah, I think maybe because that's kind of a subject that perhaps it's too small to get the nice detail in.
Yeah.
It looks like it's done well for the size it is.
I'll be honest with you. It probably would have been better than the Millennium Falcon, because you would have seen the effect a lot better on that one.
Yeah.
But I kind of like Boba Fett ship. So
I do. I love the ship.
So that's why I went with that one. I think with the Millennium Falcon, it's a lot more visible. But they also do that kind of style as well with the house from Up, the balloon house.
Yeah.
So you get the same thing where it's kind of floating. It's a weird kind of. You've got one chain pulling against another one, So it cancels it out. It almost makes it float.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, it's the way it is. Not every time. I mean, there might be a lot of people watching this now and going, Penny, how can you not like that? What is wrong with you? But, you know, not everything's going to appeal to everyone, is it?
No, it's like the last one I'm doing it's not a pop culture thing. It's got no.
It's a thing.
It's just a thing.
Yeah.
And they were very popular in the 70s, but they fell out of popularity because of
Well, it won't be a Walkman because that's
changes in habit. No. It's something that I never knew this. It's something that were on tables in the 70s, tables and desks, and now they're not. And it's a functional thing. And if it works, it'll be good. It'll be useful.
I can think what it is.
That you can.
Right. I will be absolutely honest with you.
Yeah.
When it comes out, if I leave the comment saying that is what I thought it was, you know I'm being honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say next. If it isn't what I'm thinking it is, then I will put, oh, that was unexpected. That'll be our
I can say it's not a Rolodex.
No, I wasn't thinking a Rolodex.
It's not a business card holder. And it's not a Newton's cradle.
Card holder. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But no, it's not what you've just mentioned. Isn't what I thought it was. Anyway, let's conveniently change the subject. Peter Webster, if you need Arduino or any electronic stuff, let me know. I actually have tons myself. So thank you for the kind offer. I've even got more breadboards than I can shake a stick at. And check this out. Just because I could, I've got coloured breadboards.
Nice.
Just because I can.
I've got to learn how to Arduino because I've got a kind of dream project I want to do that I'm planning on doing next year. And I need to learn how to do it. And I don't know.
I would suggest you get one of these 50 projects in one. And they start off, the project one is making a blinking light.
Right.
And by blinking, I mean the light's going, not it's a pain in the arse. And then I think project number 2 is making some traffic lights. And then all the code is given to you.
Yeah.
And then if you're anything like me, you'll go, oh, what happens if I change that variable there? Oh, it blinks faster. Or if I change it again, it blinks slower. And it's all obviously understanding. And I actually found myself, when I did the traffic light, it isn't how the UK traffic lights work.
Right.
I think it's an American traffic light, you know, the way. So I actually then go into the programming because I think it goes red, yellow, green, yellow, red, yellow, green. That's not how our lights work.
Yeah.
So I reprogram it so that it goes red and amber, then green, then amber, then red. And you find yourself doing this. And then Arduino's actually got their own YouTube channel with various projects. And to show you how to copy along. But I think with most things, if you know next to nothing or nothing, you really do have to start at the level that they would be teaching primary skills. Whereas, as in,
I need to go from the beginning.
Yeah,
I've got part of the reason why I started building the Disney Dolls house is because I wanted to build a doll's house for a while, and during lockdown, I spoke to the kids about it, and we were going to build a haunted house. That was the plan. So we wanted to build a doll's house, we wanted to make a haunted house, and we wanted to fill it with effects. So we wanted every single room to do something else, which is great. But if you don't know how to program the electrics to do that, how are you going to do it? So it's that. So the actual ability of the bulk of the effects in there, I could do anyway. But there were certain things I wanted to do. Like I want candles to flicker, you know, but I also wanted to go on a sequence. So it's not just a case of buying some flickery lights. I want to be able to press a button and the whole thing just runs through a sequence.
Well, to give you an idea of how easy it is, I think when I first started getting into Arduinos, I was roughly the same knowledge level as Horlicks. Now I've taken a break. I've been doing other things, whereas Horlicks has been focusing on it. He is now making and selling Bluetooth units for the Route Master and
That's
the
fantastic.
Rossi. Yeah, and we started out roughly the same time. So in a matter of well, it depends how busy you are in life. You know, I know he was fairly busy with work, but within a year or so, he's got the knowledge to program most of these units. Will do stuff for you anyway. It's just literally a case of getting modules. The hardest bit is soldering them.
It's what I want. I mean, me and the kids started dummy running it with little things, and we basically, we'd make a room out of cardboard just to see how the effect would work, if it would work.
Yeah.
And they did. So the bulk of them did. But like I said, what I'd want them to do is you could literally press a button and then each room would light in turn and go through its sequence. Yeah. So that's kind of what I mean. We could do it.
That was why I got into them, because all the electrics is hidden down there, but all the electrics on the, and you get this with all the part works, you got to stick your finger in there to switch that on. You got to.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So what I want to do is cut all the wires, reroute them to buttons on the front.
Yeah.
So now it can be press the red button to do this, press the yellow button to do that. There's the on-off switch. No sticking. I mean, that Eddie Stobart, I remember doing all the electrics, but by the time I actually came to doing it, I couldn't figure out how to do the indicators because I couldn't remember where the button was.
Yeah.
So we've just lost Natasha. I don't know if she's gone off in a half or should we just lost her.
Okay.
So yeah, Lord Pete says if you need it, but yeah, now don't worry, I've got it all sorted out. I love this from Peter Webster. You know, Mike was saying about ordering people so that, you know, it depends on if they're harmless. So Peter obviously wants to be regarded as harmless. I can only see you if I look directly at you, Mike, because I have no peripheral vision whatsoever. So I'm harmless, LOL. Way to worm yourself in there. I'm sure you would throw something and make contact. Well, this is the thing. If you throw enough things in all different directions, something will land, isn't it? It was fitted with time delay system. Oh, I've lost the context in that now. To be honest, my iPad is self-typing. Oh, my phone does that. I had quite a few wood fairground rides to build for my Blackpool light. Nice. Looking forward to seeing that layout come together, Peter. Use Chat GPT to write your script, Scott. Oh, never thought of that.
I didn't think of that. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. But be careful, because apparently the script for that Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow was written by AI, and that's how
that was amazing.
I wish I'd gone.
So do I.
That was on my doorstep.
The weirdest thing about that, why is that monster that comes climbing out from the mirror?
Oh,
I'm like, where's that? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, well, see, apparently the whole script was written by AI.
Right.
And AI wrote him in, and they went with it.
That's so weird.
But apparently it was so bad, they have now actually officially put the thing into Willy Wonka law. It's actually now part of law because it's.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's just, yeah. I mean, but they've done so many spoofs of that, and I mean, when I first saw that picture of that grumpy woman, I didn't even recognize that she's supposed to be an Oompa Loompa. And I still want to know why they called the police.
What's remarkable about that for me is I've been involved in things like that in the past, right, with amusements and things where we've just pulled the plug. Where it's like it's better to cancel and give people their money back and have them pissed off they got cancelled than charge them. What was it, 35, 40 quid a head?
35 quid.
To walk around an empty warehouse with some pipes in it.
Yeah.
And somebody in a Halloween mask.
Yeah.
It's better,
and you get given a jelly bean and a quarter of a cup of lemonade.
It's better to just say, I'm so sorry to let you down, but this has happened. Here's your money back.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is a good suggestion. But obviously with Willy Wonka experience being in the news. But saying that, I've started using AI to write my YouTube paragraphs. Next time, if anyone watches my Lancaster, if you look at the description, that wasn't written by me. And I was really happy with that. So I'm just starting to get into this AI thing. Peter says, I'm really enjoying using Python on Raspberry Pi. You can write code for any lighting sequence you need. Phone battery forgot to put it in. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, we're not pushing you out on purpose, Tasha.
I'm all right. You carry on.
I don't watch film, etc., but had to watch Wonka before Christmas. Have you seen Wonka, Scott?
No.
It's one of those things where I wanted to watch it because it came across to me as a backstory, and I love backstories, how people became whatever they are. It wasn't what I expected, but it was actually a really enjoyable film.
What has attracted me to it is it's from the same people that did the Paddington films. And right. I think the style of the Paddington movies is absolutely gorgeous. It almost seems wasted on a kid's film.
See, I got the Greatest Show vibes from it.
Yeah, I can see that from the clips I'd seen. I can definitely see that's yeah.
But it was. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably got those vibes from the fact that they break out into song mid-sentence. You know, but it's nice. I mean, it's obviously aimed at kids.
Did you know the new Joker film's a musical?
No.
The sequel to Joker that comes out this year is a musical.
I'm going to have to watch that simply because I can't imagine that working.
No, neither can I. More the curiosity.
You watch films because you want them to be bad, or are you expecting them to be bad?
Do you know what, right? This is the longest since I was 10 that I've gone without going to the cinema. The last time I went to the cinema was November. And this is the longest I've ever gone. I used to go once a week, every week, religiously. I'd say from the age of 14 until the pandemic.
Wow, I'm really not. I'm not movies.
Oh, I do see. I've got a friend I've been friends with since we were like 5 years old, and we've always. It's like a given. We know what time we're going, and it's like whatever's on is what we go and see. And to be honest with you, I would rather a film be absolutely bloody awful, right, terrible, because someone's tried something that didn't work, than bland. I can't stand bland movies where it's like, this is so dull, right? It's like it's not stupid, it's not so bad it's good, it's just mediocre. I can't stand mediocre films because I sit there bored out of my mind and think, But
you see, the last time I went to the cinema, this is how bad I am, I saw the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds.
Bloody hell. That's a long time. That's what, 2004?
Yeah, it's be something like that. And I actually went with the intention of criticizing it and calling it crap.
I quite liked it.
And I thought, it was good. It had the key moments in it. If it hadn't had the eye thing coming in the basement, I would have really got upset. And what's the other iconic bit? But I like the way that they've completely changed the story, but they haven't changed it. It's the background they've changed.
The worst thing I've been to see, I'd say, in the past 3 years was I go and watch the mystery movies at Cineworld. So Cineworld do mystery screenings, and it's a film that hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
So you have no idea what it's going to be.
It might be great. It might be crap.
You literally no idea. The only time they ever tell you is they will tell you if it's a horror film.
Okay.
Because they don't want, because it's not for everyone. So they will say to you, it's a horror movie. So we went to watch one that we knew was going to be a horror movie. And there were like 5 horror movies at the time. And we were thinking, it could be this, it could be that. And I thought, it'll be all right, we'll go watch it. The name came up, didn't recognize it. And it was called The Hatching. And it was I want to say it was Icelandic. It was subtitled. I think it was an Icelandic movie. It is the weirdest goddamn movie I've ever seen. But we just stuck with it, right? We watched people en masse walking out of this movie. I've never seen it happen before.
Was that bad, was it?
But it was fun when it started. By the end of it, there was me, my mate Ash, and 3 other people left in there. Because everyone just kept getting up and walking out. And it was en masse. People walked out, and I'm thinking I'm watching this. I've never. There's one film I've walked out of, and I thought I'm not walking out of this one. And I was waiting for something clever to happen at the end. I thought there'll be a payoff at the end, and all this will make sense.
Yeah.
And it never happens. Right? Like,
Yeah.
that was bloody. It is the weirdest film I've ever seen. It's about a girl that finds an egg, and this weird bird thing hatches out of it, and it starts to turn into her. It was bloody unusual, really weird. But yeah,
Okay.
it was. That was an experience.
I've never
watching
walked
people
out
walk
of a film, but I did fall asleep watching the Bermuda Triangle. It was that boring. I slept through it with all the noise. As I said, we're talking along. I was about that big at the time.
Yeah.
That's an old film. Right. Peter Webster says, you just tell the program what you want the system to do, and it will write the code and wiring details. Oh, excellent. You've got to try
That's
that.
nice.
Now, I don't know if this is a question or a joke. Do you know where Paddington Bear got to wear red wellies?
Wasn't it from a soft toy?
I don't know. I got a feeling I've heard this before somewhere, actually.
I have.
Why he wears, because when I first read it, I thought it was a joke. You know, like the what's ET short for? Because he's only got
Little legs.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to just bear with me.
I know there was a really popular Paddington Bear soft toy, and it was a knockoff that eventually became official. And there's a really weird link to that as well. It was what's his name? It was Jeremy Clarkson's mum was making knockoff Paddington Bears.
Oh. Right, here we go. Each Christmas, she would hand make a toy to sit on top of her children's stockings. And in 1971, she made their favourite, Paddington Bear. Shortly after this, her small company went into production, and she gave the Paddington small children Dunlop wellies to solve the problem of how to make him stand up.
There you go.
Simple solution.
But he was a knockoff, and it wasn't the estate of the creator phoned them, the lawyer phoned them and just said, "Do you make Paddington Bears?" And they said, "Yep." And he went, "Thank you," and put the phone down because they recorded it. It's basically them saying, "Yes, we make Paddington Bear," and that's how they
yes,
that's how they got them.
on copyright.
But rather than sue them, they said, "We want to go into business with you, so you can carry on doing what you're doing. They can be official, but you owe us a lot of money." That's the way they did it, so that's what happened.
Last time I went to pictures was when I took Marie to see Passenger 57.
1993? 1992?
Well, you know your stuff, don't you, Scott?
I do.
Mine was Gladiator. There you go.
Oh, God, that took forever to watch that.
2000.
I did quite like that, but that apparently it was so inaccurate historically.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's one of the chariots. You can see hydraulic canisters on the back of it driving it.
But no, it's like the clothing they wore and everything.
Yeah.
See, I watch stupid YouTube videos like I'm going to spoil your enjoyment of this video, of this film, by telling you everything that's wrong with it. And I'm like, before I watched that video, I enjoyed that film. Now I hate it. Thank you very much. Jeremy Clarkson's mum got him Paddington, but he wouldn't stand up, so made the boots. I love Paddington. Do you know what? I've not actually watched Paddington Bear. I need to.
It's great.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of those little feel-good videos.
You know what? When it came out, I used to take my son to the cinema on a Saturday morning. They used to do movies for juniors, and it was £2 to take him to go see a film. It'd been out for a while. It'd be a film that's been out for a couple of months. And we kept seeing the trailers for Paddington. And he wanted to go see it. And I said, "Look, if we go see Paddington, it's going to cost me full price." He was all right. I said, "So if we go in, you're watching the whole thing. Because movies for juniors, if he got bored or fidgety, I'd be like, let's just go. It's £2, don't care."
Yeah.
But I said, "We're paying full price. You'll sit and watching the entire film." And he did. We loved it. We thought it was really good.
Yeah. Judy says, I saw the Queen movie last in the theatre. I loved that film. Have you seen Queen?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what? I didn't actually know he was Indian.
Yeah,
Did you know? Yeah.
No.
I knew that.
No. And then
he had to change his name so that people over here could pronounce it. So he changed his name.
but that bit at the end of him at Live Aid, I thought that was absolutely amazing. And it's kind of, it got, I mean, I've always been into Queen anyway, but it kind of got me more into it. And I'm just absolutely, another one I watched, that Beatles one.
I didn't watch that one.
Oh, what's the Beatles one? Help me out here. About the busker.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday, that's it. I liked that. And that bit, that
I
sort
love
of bit with Ed Sheeran in it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny.
It's what made me laugh is the other stuff that's disappeared. Because it's not just the Beatles, but Harry Potter's disappeared in that world as well, hasn't it?
Has it?
Yeah, he goes. Yeah. He makes some crack about Harry Potter. He goes, no, and he goes to the computer, types it in, and that's missing as well.
Ah, because there's another couple, isn't there? And they know.
Yeah, there's a few of them because they're holding up a yellow submarine at one of the concerts.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I love stuff like that. Right, guys, yeah, Judy didn't know. There you go. I'm not some weirdo then that didn't know stupid facts, simple facts. But again, do you know what? Funny, I'm going to touch on a touchy subject. In the last 6 months, I've discovered that 2 people I work with are gay. And my response to that in both times, and someone else as well, my response to that is, oh, didn't see that coming. But then again, I'm not looking for it.
You're not looking for it, yeah.
Because I'm not a homophobe.
No, but well, yeah. My thing was so I found it weird when it was one of the kids from Stranger Things came out about 6 months ago. I was like, do people still do that? It was fucking slow. I don't think anyone cares anymore. It's kind of like, whatever. It used to be a big thing if someone came out. Now it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a medal?
Well,
it's like no one cares. It's not.
There's a couple of groups. We have this system called Blink. It's a work, but it's essentially it's a work-based Facebook, and they've got a couple of authorized chat groups, and one of them is an LGBT group, and they're always going on about pride buses and stuff. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I hope no one from Stagecoach is watching. I find it quite boring. Mm-hmm. Same with the women's one as well, the women's group. I just find that, but every year when Pride Month comes and they make a big hoo-ha about the buses and stuff like that, so many people are like, oh, take that shit down. Well, and it's like, really? Just let them have their moment.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. And it just gets annoying.
It's just not. It's one of those things I just don't. It's not a big deal to me either way. I mean, this is the thing. Yeah. It's like I've always said as well when it's someone that's like if you've got nothing else to be concerned about in your life right now, if this is bothering you that much, life's going to be pretty sweet for you.
Yes.
If the only thing that really is upsetting you,
I suppose
life's going to be pretty nice.
I think you've just given every bus driver in the world a compliment there, because the biggest whingers I've ever come across is bus drivers. They will moan about anything, absolutely anything. I'm pretty much, I try. Well, I don't try to. I am positive. I mean, I did a right early shift today, and my attitude to that is, oh, I finish early. Tomorrow I've got a late shift. My attitude to that is, I've got a lie-in in the morning. Yeah. I could say, oh, I've had to get up really early tonight, this morning, and tomorrow I'm going to go bed really late. I'm going to be driving in the nighttime. But yeah, people moan about anything. They post every month. They post all of the religious events, and what they've done this month is they've posted when Good Friday is, but they haven't posted Easter Sunday. Right. Oh, they posted Ramadani things, Muslim events, and Sikh events, and they've all gone, oh, you posted them, but you haven't posted the biggest Christian event going. And really, I think we all know when Easter Sunday is. Well, yeah. Especially if you're told when Good Friday is. Yeah, it's 2 days later. You'll figure it out. You'll be fine. It's not. Yeah. I feel terrible now because I'm going to do 2 things. Well, one thing. Peter's bidding us farewell. I'm about to do this unboxing, and I'm not going to wait for Terry because I I don't know how long he's going to take. So, guys, I'm doing an unboxing.
I am going to be saying goodnight as well because I've got 3% battery life left.
Oh, okay then. You're just
And I've
like my
got
friend. Are you on an iPhone by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Oh, no, I have a friend who's always on 6%, but she's got an iPhone. It's always never 7%, never 5.
Well,
It's always
I
6.
would have been better prepared. I was streaming. I would have been better prepared. But
I'll tell
I
you
was
what,
on
we will book you in for another stream one day. We'll
Please
pre-plan
do.
it.
I was gonna do the doll's house tonight, so I've upset some people by it not being done. But
Oh,
I
no.
saw you and thought, well, no,
Well, you've
I'll have a
upset me
crack. So
because you haven't done issue 6 of the Lancaster yet.
I haven't done issue 6 of Lancaster yet.
No. Well,
I've had
listen,
to
take
do
that as a joke. You do
I've-
things at your
what
time.
it is. I've got just hordes of angry ladies at the moment that want me to finish the doll's house. I'm like, I swear I'll get up to date. So I'm nearly there.
No,
And it's like,
right. I'll tell you something quick, funny, before your battery runs out. So when I first started doing the Lancaster, I'm like, oh, I can't do it because I haven't got the reaction video. But now I actually film everything, and then I got a little placeholder.
Mhm.
You love this. So I can tack the reaction on the end at the beginning, and then do my spreadsheet at the end.
Nice.
And I actually start my build with, yeah, that looked quite good, didn't it, guys? And then get on with the builds.
Yeah, I've got clever editing as well. You'll see sometimes there's and that's that one done. I've not even started it yet.
Look, well, the thing is, obviously, I can see other people, so I can see what's coming, but I want to react to you.
Yeah.
And I love spoiler, guys. I love because I criticized that Pitto tube at the beginning, right? The little sticky out bit that you glued on.
I'm 1%. I'm about to die.
All right,
I'm going to say
all right,
goodbye.
right. Take care,
Bye,
guys.
bye, bye, bye.
Bye. Is he going? Bless him. Love having Scott on. Oh, we got a replacement guest. Look. But I'm going to bid you all farewell. Night, LPW. Night, Peter. 1 penny got unboxing. I'm going to sit down for this. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've ordered. But first, I think I'm going to have to shoo a cat out of the way. Oh, I'm going to have to zoom out first. Look at his fur. Isn't that lovely? See, he don't eat much, but yet he's got good fur. Well, he does eat much. He must be eating much because he's still fat, aren't you? Fat cat. Right. Sorry, mister. Oh, you get heavier every day. So this is the box I've got. Hopefully I can get it all in. So we can guess that MJR does Andy's Hobby Headquarters models. How are you, Natasha?
I'm all right.
You all right? You're just feeling the effects of the migraine, are you?
Yeah.
Right. So I do apologise to Terry, but you can watch the rerun. Right. Will this reveal anything? Oh, I think there was something US Navy in there, wasn't it? That looks a bit US Navy-ish. Dun, 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 dun. We need some kind of suspenseful music, don't we?
Yeah. Drum roll.
Yeah. Do you want to do a drum roll?
No, I can't do it.
Dun, 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 dun. Does that work? Oh no, it's dun, 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 dun. Right. Oh, this is the only reason we order, you see. Like, we have this joke. We always post when we receive our products. The joke is, I've received my coaster. Thank you very much. And you also sent me some free gifts, making out we bought this and the kits were thrown in for free. We have got a... Oh, this 3... Oh, 3IO is a book. I've got 2 kits and a book. Which one do you want first?
Book.
So, right, this first kit, I have actually got one already, and I got drawn in by the squadron, and that's what I've got. The reason I ordered this is because that's 54 Squadron, which was based at Coltishall, which is my old stomping ground area.
Yeah.
And my stepdad used to take me. I've actually been in a Jaguar, unfortunately not while it was flying, but I've actually got a 54 Squadron Jaguar. But what I thought I can do with this is I'm going to do one in Desert Storm colors, and one is I'm not going to do all of this colorfully thing. I think that's a bit too much. So 4,000 different colors, Hella and Revel colors. Year of construction 1983. Look at that decal sheet.
Yep.
What do you think to that one? I think that's an Indian Air Force version. You know, I might actually do it in these. It's I guess it's some kind of special event. Might as well have a quick look, mightn't we? Also, it's a Hella kit. I don't think I've ever done a Hella kit. So don't spoil it, guys. They might be great. They might be terrible. I don't know. We'll find out once I've done it. But yeah, that's going to give me 2 Jaguars. So I didn't really need the kit. So here's me saying I'm going to not buy many kits, and I'm going to try and save money. And I'm buying, oh, I like that. Door hanger. Oh, I like that. So on one side it says keep out, model building in progress. And on the other side, come in, let me show you my model kits. I might take that to the hotel with me. I like that. So there's the decal sheet. Oh, the Saint. And there's the instruction booklet. Five different there you go. That's, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be have to be that one, because it's going to have to be the 54 Squadron one. I'll see how it's different from the other one. I don't want to do the same plane twice. Do you know, they're quite nice. Like, they tell you what colors you're going to need for that stage.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, you're going to need a paintbrush as well. And you're going to need to do some drilling. That's quite nice. And it's complete in about 19 stages. Oh no, Ego, I can do this one. That's 42 Squadron. That was, is that 42 Squadron? That looks like, that looks like 53 Squadron logo emblem. Oh well. Oh, this one's based at Bryce Norton. I thought they were based at Coltshall. Ah, 6. There you go. There's my one. 6 Squadron. That was, I think 6 Squadron was a recon squadron. So that's one I could do. This one's 16 Squadron. That looks a little bit, mind you, that's the one with the Saint on it. I don't know. I'll just might even let you guys decide. Here we go. Look, this is a Desert Storm version. This is 41 Squadron. That was based out of Coltshall in 91 during Desert Storm. So that might be the one I do, and then I'll do the other one in normal RAF colours. And then this one is 16. Is that Indian colours? Does anyone know?
Not sure.
But that says 16 Squadron based out of Bryce Norton. So I don't know. It says download all instructions. Okay, does that mean they've got the instructions online?
Probably.
I quite like this paper. You don't often see paper like that in model kits, do you? glass clear pieces in a bag. I think that's pretty normal. There's the fuselage. Quite heavy, deep rivet panel lines. Don't know if that's good or bad. I suppose it depends how much you want to weather it. And I like this paper idea. The sprues don't seem to be damaged. Look at this. So you've got a sprue on the bottom with a piece of paper over it. Then the next sprue goes in. The paper's then folded over, and then the fuselage pieces go in with the clear parts, and then the next paper's folded over again, and then the books go on top. That's quite nice, isn't it? So that's my Jaguar GR1. The next kit I've got, again, this is another kit. Oh, I see what he's done. He's put the book in. Yeah, he do that. Sometimes he'll put books inside the kit. So this is the tracker, and I didn't know if I had this already. And so I ordered it, and I have got a tracker already, but I don't have this spec. So I thought that's fine. I'll go with it. Let me see the costs are. Right, so the Jaguar cost me £32.50. This was 60 quid. Bit expensive. But it looks, I mean, it's a kinetic kit. I've got a few kinetic kits. I haven't built any. I'm not going to open the bag, so I do apologize, guys. But that looks very, very nice. I need to, I say about how I love my US Navy aircraft. I need to actually start building some. But I do like that. Something about that I really like. I don't know if it has folded wing options. I like, what do you guys think of folded wings? Oh, you can do folded wings. I can't remember what was actually said about it, but there was someone who said that they don't like doing folded wings. I think it's because it hides things up. Decal designed by Fighter Town Decals. I've heard of them. Are they quite good? Right, so lastly, I'm getting into my books, and this came up. This was £28.75. Isn't that a beautiful aircraft? It's one of those aircraft that there's about 2 or 3 aircraft, in my opinion. If you compiled a list of the top 10 beautiful aircraft and another list of the top 10 ugly aircraft, they could appear on both lists. But just beautiful. This is now this is, you'll find this odd, right? Something I didn't realize until about a week ago. I knew this plane was actually built around the gun, not the gun put on the aircraft. I don't know if they've got any pictures of the actual gun, but it is massive. It actually goes, see if I've got any side pictures. I believe the gun goes all the way down to there. But this is what I didn't realize until about a week ago. If you have a look at the position of the front wheel, it's actually on one side. You see, it's not in the middle. It's because they couldn't put it in the middle because of the gun. Because everything is based around the gun, not the aircraft. So, and oddly enough, I don't actually own this kit yet. But yeah, books like this are really handy. It looks, looking at this, look at this, when things get dirty, look at that. So, it's nice to sort of say, I'm really not sure about this part of the aircraft. Oh, look at all that. So I can actually, theoretically, I can detail the aircraft a bit better. Oh, he looks a bit clean, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my little unboxing for you. Nothing major, but yeah. So I will when I come to do the A10, you can now expect a better result because I've got all the research material. So I might have just shot myself in the foot there. So what you been up to then, Tasha?
Sleep.
Sleep. When I asked that question, I kind of meant like in the last week or so, or is the answer still the same?
No, I've just been working when I can on this picture.
Yeah, I've seen your here and there on streams.
Yeah, I haven't been on that many this week though, I noticed. I did watch Sprues earlier and we did that 2-minute silence for
Yeah.
Terry Senior. And then after that I just had to go to bed before it even finished.
Fair enough.
So, but I haven't done a lot.
No, that's fine.
Birdie.
Well, I did.
Minnie, can say hello now.
Sorry, bear with me. East Coast is saying, can you share a link for cheap kits? Why would I say no to that? Bear with me, because I don't know if I've made you moderator, East Coast.
Yeah.
You are already. Yes. Oh, yes, I've heard of Dave Coley. Now, is Dave Coley Mod Emporium, is he the one who sends you like sprue cutters when you make an order? Oh, what's going on there? Yes, so Dave Coley's Emporium, I've actually found his site via Nigel's Modelling Bench. Oh, he's local to you, is he? I know where you live. Right, about. I'm going to find his address now. About. Oh, okay. Yep. Now, what am I thinking about Lincolnshire? I'm thinking RAF. I'm thinking tornadoes. Tornadoes? Lincolnshire, Lancasters. That's what I'm thinking, isn't it? Lancasters, Lincolnshire.
Could be.
Coningsby Live. Could be. Am I also thinking? No, because that would be Suffolk. I was thinking there's an Apache base that I used to deliver to, and I cannot remember the name of it now. And it's out. I'm sure it's Suffolk, because it was absolute pain in the butt. It was really funny because I used to deliver there as a courier driver. Every time you go to deliver, you have to go into the guardhouse. You have to have your photo taken. You get given a pass, and then they let you loose on the base. And then you actually drive past all of the Apache helicopters. And I'm like, I could blow every single one of those up right now. And yet I've had to go through all that hassle. I just got shown like your driving license. But it takes you, normally you get like 2 minutes to deliver a parcel. It takes you about 20 minutes on this RAF base. So you just hope you get about 4 deliveries, because then it's sort of semi worth the time. But oh, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's Suffolk Norfolk way. So, but yeah, Lincoln. Don't know Lincoln that well. I only know sort of Wisbeachy way, March way, but that's more Cambridgeshire, isn't it? Because coming to Lincoln from Norfolk, you got to come through Wisbeachy way and then up, and that's all I really know. Loads of bases scattered, yeah, because aren't they like obviously most of the bases, air bases, are focused around the North East Anglia region, because obviously that's where they needed to be to go over to France and Germany. obviously you've got some further back for the bombers. You know, things like Scampton and that can be further back because the bombers had a longer range. But generally the fighter bases were more East Anglia.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, and a lot of those bases don't exist as bases now. But you know, a lot of them are being used for whatever. All around here, practice ranges. Okay. There's one at, what's the one called in Norfolk? Stamford training area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a saying at Stamford. In the Stamford area, the farmers refer to their sheep as income, but the army refer to them as target practice. Well, apparently there's a standard set of compensation if your sheep gets shot accidentally by a member of the armed forces. And apparently this compensation is so good, the farmers are like, yeah, shoot away. You know, you shoot a lamb, you get like enough money that, you know, probably more money than you would have got selling them to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, off you go. So but yeah, I've been to Stamford once when I was a cadet. We had this overnight mission. Only the older kids were allowed to do it because it was an overnight mission, and you had to get from like I think it was no, I can't remember what it was, but we were dumped somewhere and we had to get to another point. And I remember we this particular one, it got delayed by about 3 hours because one of the kids had gone missing because he couldn't read a map. Whereas the rest of us, we all chose to go as a group. So we decided we'll either succeed as a group or we'll all get lost together as a group. So, which is obviously, I still think is the most sensible way to do it. Did you do anything fun like that as a kid?
I did cadets, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the cadets. Then I tried to get in the army, but my height was just below it.
What was it? Do they have height restriction back then?
Yeah, they have height restriction now.
I thought they had a job for everybody.
No, there's a height restriction.
Wow.
No matter what it is, you could do chef or anything, they've got a height restriction.
I did not know that.
Yep.
See, I actually wanted to join the RAF, and I wanted to join as a chef. And I was told, because I was applying for college, I would be much better off going to college and then coming back as a trained chef. That would kind of fast track me or something. Mm. And then by the time I'd finished at college, I'd developed asthma, so I wasn't able to join up. But I'd also applied to join the Marines, and I was super fit as a kid, which was really weird, even though, you know, well, asthma is one of those things that just comes along, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was super fit as a kid because the recruiting office for the Marines was on the 8th floor of an office block. And I went in and I went, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs. And he says, really? And I went, yeah. He says, I don't believe you. I said, hang on then. And I ran all the way down, not ran out into the road, but stood the other side of the road, waved up, and then ran all the way back. And he went, bloody hell, you did, didn't you? So I actually went up 8 flights of stairs, down again, up again. And he went, well, it sounds to me like you might be fit enough. The only thing that let me down is I couldn't do chin-ups because I think you had to do like 10 chin-ups or something to be able to get into the Marines. I couldn't. And yet things like monkey bars, I've always had fairly good upper body strength. But I still can't do chin-ups. So I suppose if you keep going for it, you will eventually do it. Yeah. But yeah, I could see myself in as Private Pyle in Full Metal Jacket, you know, where the drill sergeant has to lift you up to do the chin-ups. That would be me. He'd be like, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Well done. Maybe one day you can do this on your own.
Yeah.
Right. Wasn't it lovely to have Scott on today? So are you doing your starry effect because it's a nice effect, or are you needing it?
No, it's because I enjoy it every night. It's on
think
until
we enjoy
morning.
it as well. Right, guys. So I can't think of anything else to discuss. I think I've done a nice save on the show. Actually, I was actually starting the show thinking I've got nothing to talk about. I'm actually thinking I'm going to end the show. And I was just getting ready to do it. And then Scott popped up and I'm like, right, let's use Scott. I mean, not use Scott, but, and then obviously you came back, which is people come to see you, Natasha. So we are obviously not building tonight. Our next build is going to be Saturday night.
Yes.
Same time. And then we are doing 3 builds next week. I've set all the schedule up. Which I can't look at because we're actually broadcasting, but I believe we've done Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I think it will, yeah.
And then I'm off to London on the Sunday morning. So that means I've got to film a channel update for 17th of March. Yeah. So really raring to go. Do you know, you really got my mojo back on this Mustang.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Mine's still sat atop TV.
Well, yeah, it should be. Mine's still sitting like this.
Mine's sat on top TV.
Mine's more pegs than model. How's your propeller?
I don't know. I have to go and get it.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's one of those things. It's fine if it doesn't go, but if it does turn around, it's great. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Well done, you.
Still moves. And
Yeah,
that was
right.
Was that using new glue or the other glue? I can't remember.
That was using the new glue, but because it was so close to the fuselage, I told you to glue just a little way from the end.
Yeah.
Because with the extra thin, you get that capillary action, so it will run down.
Yeah.
And the problem was, let me show you on mine, if I can find my cursor. So because of the capillary action, I told you to place the glue round about there.
Yeah, about
because I knew it would run down, but if it ran down as far as that propeller, it would glue the propeller. Now, unfortunately, knowing the distance is just experience, you know, and if you'd have touched the glue there, it would almost certainly have run into the propeller. If you touch the glue there, it may not have actually run all the way down to the end. I think I have got a tiny bit not glued round about there, but because all of this is glued, it won't matter. How are you looking for gaps?
I've only got that same one part at the top.
Nice, nice.
And
I mean, obviously, if you can get
everything.
no gaps, that's brilliant.
I tried everything to get rid of that gap.
No, it's fine. We'll devise some kind of filler. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat, and I'm going to see how well this wing goes on, because I'm intrigued to know if it's a really good fit. Have I got that the right way around? Why is that not fitting? Oh God, you're going to love this, Tasha. Oh, that's a really good fit. That's such a good fit. I can't get it in.
It sounded so wrong in so many ways.
That did, didn't it? You're going to like that, Tasha.
So I'll work with it. I always do. I found the red one a bit hard, so I'm sure I'm going to...
Apart from the fact that that bit there doesn't want to sit in naturally, that's going to need a little bit of a clamp. But not that clamp. Oh, I've broken a peg. That's what happens when you buy cheap, guys. There you go. So yeah, I mean, look, along there, it actually looks like it's been made, but look at the gappage there. Hardly any. In fact, I probably wouldn't even bother filling that. I might just run a line of varnish in there, but it's just this front bit. It doesn't want to sit. It's going to need a little bit of pressure, which you can apply that pressure with a clamp.
Yeah.
Just need a big enough clamp. Yeah, let's see. See, that gap is gone now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's if yours is. I mean, yours has pretty much been the same as mine. So I think you're going to enjoy that. So there's a sneak peek of what your Mustang's going to look like. It's just getting this in. That's a bit fiddly. I think you got to kind of, you got these little tabs there, and you got to kind of put it in and then squish them in a little bit and then pop it and slide it. But that's what your Mustang's going to look like roughly. That's not finished. That beautiful long nose. Lovely, lovely. We've picked a good kit there, Tasha.
Yep.
I think you're going to enjoy this.
It's your turn to pick the next.
Yeah, did you? Was it you who picked this one then?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You picked the first, I picked the second, and
Right.
the
Well,
first
we've
one
already
was
picked the
the
next one,
tank.
haven't we?
Yeah, you picked one. Was it the car Jeep thing?
Willie's Jeep.
Yeah, that
Or
one.
you'll probably just call it a Jeep.
I'll just call it a car. It's got
Yeah.
4 wheels.
So we've got a tank, a plane, and a car.
Yeah.
We get very technical around here, guys. Right, guys. So I am going to finish the show. Thank you all very much for watching. I am going to ask you to watch all the way to the end because I've done, it's not a real big tribute or anything, but it's just kind of a bit of a rest in peace, Terry. I just basically just picked a little song for him that I found that won't get me in trouble from the copyright gods. Right, guys. So this has been Natasha. I'm trying to point at you to say goodbye.
Bye. Take care, all.
Right, so guys, we will catch
Okay.
you next on Saturday. East Coast says was good banter with Scott. Still made an evening off chill time. Thank you. Take care all. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I mean, I can do a show on my own, but I can do a much better show with a guest. That's the only reason I've got you, Natasha.
Cheers. Get used and abused. I know where my friends
Yeah,
are.
use and abuse them, spit them out when you finish with them, and then claim
Yes.
all the credit for the show.
I will.
Right, guys, so take care, and I hope to, yeah, like Teresa says, it's still been a great stream, P. Still been a great stream, P. Do you mean to put Penny, or are you
Sounds
calling
right
me
with being
P?
P. Green P?
Oh, did you delete that comment?
Not me, no.
No, Teresa, it's still been a great, but that comment, I did just pull it up, didn't I?
Yeah, because it's
Now
on my laptop behind.
It's disappeared.
She might have retracted it.
Normally, when a comment is retracted, it still shows up on Melon. But oh, okay, maybe not. Right. So East Coast says enjoy a week. So guys, take care. I have changed my outro. Yeah, she has. She's deleted it and then rewritten it. It's been a great stream, Penny and Tash. See you next time. So I've done a one-off different outro. It is a little bit longer than normal, but hopefully it'll serve as a nice little tribute to Terry. So in case you've never heard of Hobby Bun, I didn't know him as much as I knew as other people did, but I knew him as he had a lot of time for people. Nice guy. Sadly passed away at the weekend.
Yeah, one of the things he told me when I first knew him, it was only like a few months ago, a bit more longer. He said, always be me on the streams.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And he's probably told many others the exact same as that too. And
yeah, I'm sure I've told you that, but obviously I'm not Hobby Bun, so I was ignored.
Well, one of them, innit?
Well, no, it's okay. Right, so take care, guys. We'll catch you on Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.